evening, and welcome to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play Dungeons and Dragons, and all of their characters are babies. My name is Dathmar. I'm your Dungeon Master for tonight's 14th session of Witness to Ruin, and I'm joined by my players Alex, Khalil, Sam, and Rachel.
I'm so proud that none of us
order.
did finger guns.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in you, to be honest.
Should we just end?
I have.
If
I
you
don't
give
know
me
if
2
anyone's been
seconds, I'll
checking
end
the
the stream
YouTube
and start again.
descriptions. I don't know if anyone's been checking the YouTube descriptions, but I have been referring to you as the Finger Blasters in the YouTube descriptions.
Thank you.
Against my will. It should be said. I have no announcements at the start of the show, apart from we're not streaming this next week Sunday, because Sam's busy doing fun stuff without us.
I'm watching Fast Cars. That's
Without us?
Yeah.
Yeah, very rude. But we will be back on the 12th of September, which is not this coming Wednesday, I learned today.
12th of July.
12th
Yeah.
of, what did I say?
September. It's like fucking a month and a half away.
We're taking an extended holiday because Sam is leaving us to go watch Cars for so long. 12th of July, thank you, folks. That is now making me think of how little time I have left to write my thesis. So I'm gonna move right along. We don't have a charity picked yet for this month, but we will let you know what that is next session. And we have a date for our next one-shot, which is on the 21st of July, not September. I said I had no announcements, yet here we are. Which will be DM'd by a very familiar face. And that's all I'm gonna say on that note.
I think we've already said that. I think we've already said it was Khalil.
Well, have we said it was Khalil? I can't remember.
Pretty sure
who
we
said
have.
this. It's Khalil.
Yeah, I think it's been out on
It's
Twitter.
Khalil. It's gonna be a fun one. I hope. I'm sure.
Can I just point out in the chat though, a very important thing, in September your god shittens will be 3 years old, according to Hogan.
Oh.
I'll have to send them presents.
What,
I
half
love.
dead mice.
I don't know
From
how like Minnesota border control would feel about this, but I feel like it could end up on one of those border patrol shows. So
I mean, you can
I
outsource
might
it. Just
try.
hire someone in Minnesota to kill some mice and take them to Hogan's.
That would just be Hogan with a zero rifle.
yeah, I was gonna say I would just hire Hogan to like shoot the squirrels in the ceiling or something. Okay, what happened last session? Last session, the Finger Blasters went back to the Citadel via the town of Siren, where very sadly Nimbo found his love to not be present. But she'll be back. And Muck heard there was someone looking for her, who might also be back. They went to the Citadel. The cleric was finally cured of his strange ailment. You met the Sovereign, the High Priestess, and the High Arcanist also came to visit to hear what the cleric had to say. And he told you about the strange cult he witnessed on the Lost Isle, who seemed to possibly be attempting to summon a titan that lives underground. You then decided to go off on your own initiative and investigate the Dread Hollow, Casimir Crowrun's hideout, which is located near the Citadel. As you were preparing, doing some shopping, Muck was set upon by her supposed fiance, an absolutely tiny gnome, who is very stuck up, but you managed to intimidate him away, and because he was staying in the cop bar, the Red Rabbit, you decided to go find a different place to sleep, and ended up in the Amused Snapdragon, under the care of the old lesbian halflings Tatiana and Rosamund. Tatiana immediately decided to get involved in Muck's love life, but we've left off. You've had your supper, the savory food, little seasoning, typical like old white person food. Baked goods, absolutely delicious. You've all gone to your respective rooms, and that is where we find everyone. As M is copying spells into their spellbook, Blurta is taking the large assortment of things they bought off stream and stocking them in her genie chamber. Muck, what are you up to?
I am in my room practicing fighting stances aimed at like the neck of a gnome. So, a lower stance than usual. But
Real
I've got to
deep
keep
squat.
those skills up. Yeah.
In a tracksuit.
Yes.
All right. And to the floorboards, you hear the rhythm, Nimbo, of Muck practicing her fighting. What are you up to, Nimbo?
Nimbo, I've had some things on my mind. I've always been kind of attuned with the divine, and I've been schooled in it. But I recently had, a pretty direct divine experience,
You did.
and it's set off some kind of thoughts and memories from my education about the kind of the pantheon of gods that exist in this world, and that war of division between Chaos, the goddess of destruction, and the other deities.
Yeah.
And not to be like judgy or sus or like anything like that, but I've noticed that one of my companions has something of a kind of destructive compulsion. And if we're gonna be investigating and finding out about something that involves the goddess of destruction and their followers, I just wanted to meditate before bed and try and reach out to Vareya and Vyas, the gods of balance and nature. In fact, what I'd probably do is, if does this place have a garden, or like, even if it's just like a little yard out back?
No, there's a lovely like rose garden in the back, very well kept.
Okay, I think I'll sit on. There's probably like a little bench with there's room for two halflings or one furball, and it's got like a kind of arch of roses around it, and I'm gonna sit there, slightly hunched so I don't prick myself on the thorns, and just kind of close my eyes, meditate, and breathe in the scents of the flowers and the evening garden smells, listen to the insects and stuff, and essentially ask my divine patrons for a bit of a vibe check, to see if they can shed any light on whether Chaos is exerting influence near me.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your religion check.
Can I guide myself?
Yes, you can guide yourself in this.
Ooh, did not need that. That is a good roll. So that's a 17 on the dice, plus a 3 on my guidance, which is 20, plus religion, which is 24.
24. Okay. Yeah, this is so when you entered the Amuse Snapdragon, something that definitely stood out to Nimbo more than the others is all of the holy symbols that were around, and not the gods that you're used to. More the goddess and the deity of the home, Chorus, and the deity of love, Sanath, are very present here, and you get the impression that these halflings may be like former clerics, or at the very least like acolytes of these gods. So there's a very strong connection to the gods in this garden as well. And you get a similar sense from the gods that you did when you asked them about those microgriffins. A vague sense of amusement. And you think back to M earlier in the day, pushing that potion off of the table in the herbalist's shop. And as you're thinking back on it, you suddenly see things you didn't see before, which is 3 spectral cats wandering around M. One walking over M's shoulders, one rubbing up against their legs, one sat on the table helping to push the potion off. And as the potion toppled and hit the ground, you hear a purring that just gets louder and louder, and you see M kind of... You see like a connection that's sort of strengthened between M and these cats. And you think back to how M wears a bracelet that is shaped like 3 cats. It doesn't appear to be cows. It appears to be something more like a mischievous magic item that benefits M in some way as well. But that requires a trade-off of occasionally causing chaos.
Well, as long as it's mischief and chaos as opposed to chaos,
Yes.
I think that's something that we can deal with as a group. I feel grateful for this insight, and send that in return to the deities, and kind of curl my toes in the grass and stand up and I'll go to bed.
All right. And as you all go to sleep, the beds and pillows are all so overstuffed. But it is very comfortable, especially after you've spent a week in the swamp. So this is like a nice treat. Can everyone please roll me a d4? 2, 1, 3.
Yeah.
And 3. Okay. Blurta. You dream of a furry creature that is very near and dear to you. And that is all I'm going to say. Muck. You have a dream of a very sexy, very buff, half-orcan man, who kind of looks like what you see on the cover of, like, romance novels, like Fabio and half-orc.
I love him.
And you and this Fabio half-orc together beat a tiny gnome into the ground, and then walk
Amazing.
off into the sunset.
Wow, life is good.
And Nimbo, you both wake up with 2 temporary hit points. Because you slept so damn well.
Damn.
Lurta and Muck get dreams of people they love and or who Tatiana thinks they should marry. And then Nimbo gets a different boon from the gods. You wake up in the morning, have a nice breakfast. Breakfast is very tasty, because there's not a lot of spices required to make it taste good. It's like a classic, like, full English.
Nice.
Alright, what would you like to do? Are you setting straight out to the Dread Hollow, or is there something you'd like to do in town first?
Could we check if anyone else who was staying in the tavern who rolled a 2 gets a dream about a buff half-orc? Asking on behalf of Hogan in the chat.
You can. There's a couple of other patrons. They're both like a little bit like older than you, merchants of some kind. You can absolutely ask them. One of them gives you a really weird look. The other one, make an insight check, please.
I choose to believe he answers only one.
Insight 17.
17. He denies it. But you see like the beginnings of a blush, like high up on the cheeks.
Yeah.
You get the impression that probably.
You're welcome, Chris.
No, the other one seems to also be a little bit healthier than the night before, if you saw him then. All right. Anything you're doing in town?
I don't think so. I'm probably ready to head.
I think I'm ready as well. I think we've got everything that we need.
So,
There
do we
was talk of
establish
sorting
some-
out some.
You go.
There was talk of sorting out some transport, wasn't there? I mean, I'm fine to walk, but I'm aware that not everyone's got legs as long as mine.
Let me double check how far, because you know approximately where the Dread Hollow is. So I think with horses, it would cut down the distance, but you're only like it's like half a day's journey to get there. So you could turn that into a quarter if you wanted to hire horses, but
Let's do it for a longer journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. Yeah, in that case, you set out of the citadel and start walking onto the Great Plateau in the direction of the Dread Hollow. Could I ask one of you to please roll me a d6?
Who wants to do that?
I can
I'll do
do it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I'm going.
Go for it.
That would be a 4.
A 4. Okay. In that case, Khalil, can you roll a d8 for me, please?
5.
5. Okay. You
What is that facial expression
That's
about?
awful.
I can genuinely say, Sam, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
You set out on your journey, keeping an eye to the skies for any birds who might be counting down, as you encountered the day before. But all the wildlife you see is absolutely ordinary. You've been traveling for about an hour or so when you've left the road, heading in the direction of the base of the cliff on which the citadel sits, where you know the Dread Hollow to be. When you start to hear a very soft music, like a piano, like very quiet classical piano music. You carry on a little bit further, and music gets slightly louder, until suddenly you spot, sort of hidden from where you'd been previously, behind a bush, sat next to a piano, in the middle of the field, is a satyr drinking a cup of tea.
Ooh. Does the satyr see us?
Not yet.
Good to know.
Is the music good? Like, is it well performed?
Yeah. The thing is, the satyr is not playing the piano.
Mm-mm.
The piano appears to be playing itself.
There's a ghost on the piano.
That is an option.
Oh, that's interesting. Keep talking.
So, like, right in the middle of the road, you're saying?
You've left the road. They're in the middle of, like, basically, you're on, like, the plains,
Okay.
and it's just, like, in the middle of nowhere next to a bush.
Okay. Can I, like, is it, like, a continuous performance, or is it, like, broken up into different songs?
There seems to be different songs. If you wait, it finishes one, it'll start a next.
Okay, when it gets to the end of a particular song, I'll just be like,
Okay. Nimba, you keep walking. Blurt, as you start clapping, the satyr looks up. Ah, hello. I wasn't expecting visitors.
Hi.
Hello.
I must
How are
admit,
you?
we weren't expecting a pianist.
Oh, there's no pianist.
Or a piano.
That's fair. Nobody ever expects a piano in the middle of a field. Would you like a cup of tea?
Insight check?
Go for it.
What type of tea do you offer?
What kind of tea would you like?
I want to say no on a 6.
You've never met a satyr, because they're not really like they were all locked into Feywild when the planes were separated. You know they're a Fey. You know Fey are maybe not the most trustworthy. You have no idea what this guy's angle is.
Do you have Darjeeling?
Yes, absolutely. Would you like some Darjeeling? Another teapot appears with a cup.
I'm gonna put my hand on M's shoulder, whisper in their ear. If there's one thing we were taught in the forest, it's you don't take food or drink from a Fae.
Oh, I know. I just asked what they had.
Okay, cool. Just yeah, good to know. I'll stand back.
I think Muck will ask at this point. So, if you're not playing the piano, who is?
Plays itself.
How?
Magic.
Ooh.
Goodness, this plane really has gone backwards in the past millennium, hasn't it? You've lost magic.
Oh, have you been here before? We've still got
a
magic.
long time ago. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. But not self-playing pianos, apparently.
Not that we have personally encountered, but
Were all the gnomes wiped out?
I will just cast Prestidigitation with just like a couple of faint piano keys.
Oh, that's lovely.
I think
We'll
I
play
just,
that song next.
to that gnome question, I just pause for a second and picture Muck's suitor, and then just not yet.
Interesting answer. Not what I was expecting. There's a story there. Please, have a seat. 4 chairs appear, appropriate to your sizes.
I
That's good.
will take a seat.
Me too.
So Darjeeling for everyone, or would you prefer something else?
I'll plank on a seat.
I'm alright, thanks.
Doesn't M, like, loaf on a seat? Like, tuck all your legs underneath you?
It depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes it's planking, sometimes it's legs akimbo.
Okay, that's fine.
Does Nimbo Riker onto the seat?
Oh, see, that would work. Yeah.
Nimbo suspiciously and carefully Rikers onto the seat. But like as his bum is descending towards the seat, he's like bracing for some kind of like Fey trickery, as like, you know, he kind of tentatively like.
Yeah. It seems to be a normal chair.
So Muck
My
like
name?
flips. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Muck
Muck flips the chair.
backwards and like leans on it and goes, so what's your story?
I mean, naturally.
Well, my name is Mr. Peanut Butter. I am a satyr, and I like to drink tea and listen to piano music. What
Nice.
about you? You seem very interesting.
Well, we're the Finger Blasters,
Great.
and thank you. I mean, we get a mixed reception with it, but I think it fits.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we're on our.
Starts
you know,
handing teacups to everyone, filled
Oh,
with
right, thanks.
Darjeeling. Oh, that's quite rude.
I didn't mean to offend. Just too much caffeine, you know, bad for the heart.
Decaf. Hands you a cup of peppermint tea.
Okay,
Aw.
I pretend to sip it.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Oh God. Nimbo is not a liar. Yeah, but he rolled okay. It's a 17.
Okay. Alright.
If you felt, I would have just imagined you pouring it. It just like goes down your chest.
I was considering making that a dex-based deception check, and then I thought that would be too mean.
Well, in that case, it's a 15.
It doesn't seem to notice. Attention has shifted to handing M a cup of Darjeeling, which is difficult as M is currently planking.
I'm laying on my front end just...
Such core.
I
Yeah.
really do hold my core well. And we'll be trying to pretend to sit but throw the tea over my shoulder.
Okay, that's gonna be a dex-based deception check. So make a dex check.
Yeah.
If you have proficiency in deception, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Do I? I don't know. No, I don't. But that's fine because that's a natural 20 for 24.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just, like, you do it so quickly, nobody notices. Yeah. Blurta Muck, you still have full teacups.
Okay, I'm just going to drink my tea. I think I'll take a few
Okay.
sips, and then I think maybe needs a little more sweetener for my taste, and I prestidigitate a little bit of honey taste in it.
I'm
You
gonna
can do that.
do it like a shot.
What a really hot shot.
Yeah. I just imagine like a little teacup. I just do it like a shot. I'm like,
Interesting drinking technique. I do love to see what the locals come up with. So, the Finger Blasters. Where is the nearest town?
Well, we've just come from one. What brings you here?
Brilliant. Well, I was in the Feywild for a very long time, and then suddenly one day I was just, checking if one of the old doors back to this plane was open again, and it was. And I've been sat here drinking tea ever since.
And
How long ago was
Just on
this?
holiday?
You could call it a holiday. It's been a couple of weeks.
Have you just been sat here this whole time? Like,
Well, I have my piano for company.
where is the piano?
Oh, it's right here.
Are you okay?
There's something wrong with your friend's eyes.
Can we all see the piano?
Yes,
This
you can all see the
Question
piano.
to the end. Okay.
No, you can all. There is a piano that has been playing itself the entire
Okay.
time.
Oh.
Are you?
I can't work out if this is
It's
Sam or
flanking
Em.
the other direction, away from the piano, so couldn't see the piano.
cool.
So, Mr. Butter, are you stuck here, or are you able to go
No.
between backwards and forwards between the planes?
Well, I'd have to find a door.
So what's your plan when you get into town?
I just thought I'd have a chat with people, have some more tea, hear some good music, latest current events. Just socialize a little.
And I insight him again.
Go for it.
Long D&D Beyond.
Yeah, could I insight as well, please? Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty suspicious of this guy.
Okay, that's an 8 apparently, even though it looks like a 19 on the digital thing. Never mind, 8.
Looks like an 8 to me on the digital thing.
The physical digital rolled one looked like a 19.
Right.
That's fine. 8.
Nimba?
I got a 16.
16. You definitely not telling you everything. Mostly telling the truth. You get the impression this guy's been sitting here hoping someone will pass by, and you're probably the first people to do so.
Can I ping detect magic, please?
Yes.
I'm
The
checking the
satyr-
tea. I'm checking everything around us. I'm checking the bush.
piano,
I don't
piano
trust
is-
that bush.
it's just a bush. The bush is just the bush. The satyr seems to have picked this spot so they could sit in the shade. From where the sun currently is. It's like slightly like dappled shade. The piano, very magical. The satyr itself, also still quite magical, given they've come from the Feywild very recently. The tea set is magical.
What sort of vibe?
Like a vibe of
Necromancy.
No, necromancy.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
it's like it's a vibe of it's conjuration magic.
Mm-hmm.
So seems to be because you've seen him pour out different types of tea
Okay.
from it. Yeah.
So it's not
Whatever the
enchantment
satyr
or
wants. No.
illusion or anything like that.
More like what's the magic item called? That's the
Oh, the
Crushes.
jug of stuff.
alchemy jug. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm,
It
mhm.
seems to be sort of like that, but specific to tea, maybe.
Okay.
Because
Love
you've
that.
only seen it make tea.
I take another sip and I kind of narrow my eyes slightly. Well, I say take another sip, but mime on
Pretend,
the slip.
yes, yeah. Well, what is the nearest town called?
Siren, right? That's the nearest one.
The nearest one from where you currently are would be the Citadel.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if that was just like a military thing or yeah. the
No,
Citadel
it is.
then.
There's like it used to be just the military base, and then it like the town grew around it. So
Cool.
Before
Yeah.
we just tell him that name.
Too
Is
late.
Is
It
it, have we
happened.
Too
just,
late,
we've just
yeah.
said that out? Okay.
yeah. Siren, that sounds lovely. Well, I think I know where I'm going next. How do they like music?
Actually-
they don't.
Not really. We got kicked out for dancing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is true.
This
Yeah.
sounds like the perfect place for peanut butter to make their reintroduction into society. Oh, how lovely. Well, Finger Blasters, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Just a quick
Um,
question, if you don't mind.
Of course.
You mentioned that the roads hadn't been, the sort of portals hadn't been here to this dimension for a while.
Yes.
It's like, do you know why they're back?
No.
Have you had portals opening up to any other worlds that you know of?
I haven't checked.
I mean, how do you know? How do you find them?
I just know where they are.
Was this like one you had been to in the past?
Yes.
Can you tell us where a way back would be?
Oh, well, currently the closest one is that way, and just points sort of over Nimbo's shoulder.
That's incredibly unhelpful. Thank you.
Well, what more would you want from me? I don't know what you call all of these regions.
I mean,
It's over the cliff, down, and then a bit further, and then it's up slightly.
okay, so how long would it take to walk there?
I'm not much for walking. And you spend a lot of time falling off the cliff, I imagine. Do you count that as walking?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
There are
I'd say
certain
yes,
spells
take a
that
look.
can make that happen. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, it would be... DM's counting, hold on. Math?
Math.
Are you doing Pythagoras?
Absolute bullshit,
There's
math.
a cliff in the way! About a week.
okay.
Fuck that.
Because
So,
you've
a
broken
good-
your
good
legs
way
at the
away.
bottom of the fall. And,
Yeah.
Fey maths.
Mhm.
Well,
All right,
Mr. Barr, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, and I'm going to pack up my things. Thank you for having some tea with me. It's been lovely. And sweet dreams. Bye-bye.
Are made of these. Mm-hmm.
Amen.
The
don't mind to
piano the piano folds in on itself into like a little case that the satyr picks up. The chairs and the tables all vanish. All four of you fall flat on your ass. The teacups, tea, the satyr takes all of those back from you and puts them in a different case, picks up both cases, tips his hat, and then starts like trotting off in the direction of the road.
Well, he wasn't very nice, was he?
I don't know. I thought it was quite friendly.
Well,
Yeah.
that just there was quite rude.
I mean,
That's true.
to be fair, are you saying that you would never pull out the seat from underneath someone to laugh at them?
No, I would never do that.
Even if they were holding something valuable.
But no, that's the different thing. That I'm
Okay.
pulling the seat out from under the valuable thing, not the person.
Gotcha. Destruction of property rather than
Exactly.
bottoms.
Exactly.
Destruction of bottom.
Capitalism can get fucked.
We are the
Bottoms
finger
fine.
blasters.
Disadvantage, all of you.
Honestly, I don't mean to be prejudiced, but Fae are notoriously evasive. He definitely wasn't telling us the whole truth. I don't know whether what he was hiding was actually just nice and whimsical and fun, or sinister. So once we hit up the Dread Hollow, I think it would probably be worth checking on Siron again.
I was like, I was going to say I'm offended because I am.
M's gone invisible.
Sort of Fae, but also I am kind of like that anyway. So.
Game recognized game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, if he's gonna go and try and cause some trouble, there's like a whole town full of people there, right? Like,
I mean, we managed to cause trouble there.
oh, when you put it like that.
We could have directed him to the criminal bar.
Also,
Oh,
anyone
shit.
feeling sleepy? Because he did say
The whole
sweet dreams. So
maybe
I
he's
didn't
got a
drink
weird
the tea.
schedule.
I mean, I'm immune to magical sleep, so.
Oh shit! Well, you had immunity. You didn't tell me. I saw you sniffing it. I was like, Berta knows magic. It'll be fine. All right, hit me. When am
Marta
I
is
going
an
down?
elf who is influenced by the Feywild. So,
Ah, jeez. All right. When
Um,
am I down then? When am I off? Or don't tell me that. Just am I sleepy?
Make an insight check on yourself.
Oh shit.
Can I guide you?
No, this is just
Okay.
Muck trying to get in touch with like when you're like, oh, did I eat something bad and am I gonna get food
Mhm.
poisoning type of.
It's a 4.
Is this
A
a
four.
hangover or COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muck is like slightly panicking, trying to figure out like, am I gonna fall asleep any given moment? You are not sure.
Cool.
Like, maybe you're getting sleepy. Are you getting sleepy? No, you're fine.
Mhm.
Maybe. Like,
Mhm.
not sure. We'll see
If
what
you
happens.
fall asleep, we'll get Nimbo to give you a piggyback.
Cool.
Yeah. Just hopefully it's an opportune time.
Mhm.
I do
We'll
snore
keep an eye
though,
out.
just letting you know.
Well, at least I know you're still alive.
For now.
Mhm.
It's a
Who said
slow
that?
acting poison.
Wait, what?
It's actually just really
You-
mundane. He's just put like asbestos in our tea or something.
You
Polonium.
carry on further towards the Dread Hollow. And you see no more mysterious satyrs with pianos, no suspicious birds. But let me check passive perception. Yeah, Nimbo and Muck. You do spot before the others a person coming in your direction. Walking very slowly, stopping, looking at something, continues walking, gets like a few more paces, stops again, looks at something else, gets like low to the ground, almost as if they're like lying down, gets back up.
I just
And
whispered. Oh, sorry.
Nope, go for it.
I just whispered to Nimbo. That person's looking for something.
Yeah, but what?
Something on the ground.
Suspicious.
Can I look on the ground? Can I do a perception check to see if there's
Yeah.
any bits and bobs?
How
yeah.
far away are we?
When you first spot them, you're probably like 150, 200 feet off still, so it's just like a silhouette in the distance. But you can see what they're doing, and they're kind of meandering about, in this strange way.
I got a natural 20 for 24.
Nice.
24. You see, there are some prairie dog colonies, in this region. So you see their, like, burrow entrances. You spot some cool bugs on the ground.
Cool.
That's about it.
So
Muck finds cool bug.
we're dealing with an
Cool.
entomologist then.
Possibly.
Or a dogomologist. I'll take that inspiration dice, please.
Shirt and somehow capture the tone of voice. Beautiful.
Okay, this is
Um,
probably just some lame scientist or something, right?
Part of me wants to have a conversation with the prairie dogs. Actually, I can't understand them back.
You can talk out the
Um,
prairie dogs.
Yeah, a podcast for the prairie dogs. I guess as we get a little bit closer, I'd like to ask this person. I'd like to kind of get a bit of a vibe check. I'll have a look at them
Yep.
and
Yeah.
probably ask them, "Are you okay? You looking for something?"
The person who has once again gotten down onto the ground and seems to be sniffing the ground, looks up at you, and then slowly, very smoothly stands. You see a medium-sized, dark-skinned woman, with very intricately braided hair, and these strange pale yellow eyes. Oh, I am, yes. Do you
Okay.
know this area well?
Define well. Been through it. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my friend.
Are they a prairie dog?
What an odd question.
Oh, because
I don't think
and
so.
I gesture at all of the prairie dog holes. I'm like, or are they a cool bug?
He wasn't last time I was here.
Is he
Oh.
a traitor?
Does he have a
Also-
piano?
I don't know. Maybe. I've
You're not from
been in
around
his
here, are
house. No.
Okay, perhaps we are going about this a slightly roundabout way. Who is your friend, and could we perhaps aid you with anything we have seen in finding them?
Well, perhaps the first question we ask is, who are you?
That is a good
Who is your
question,
daddy
yes.
and what does he do?
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
My name is Mistly. I am looking for my friend, Cass.
Cass,
friend's
you
name-
say?
Mistly and Cass.
Yes.
And how did you get here? You didn't come through something that might be described as resembling a portal.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so what plane did you come from? I mean, welcome to the Prime Material.
Thank you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, but so where did you come from?
Where did you go?
Where'd you come
Where
from?
did you come from?
Sleep.
GoldenEye Misty.
I'm not sure I should tell you that. We've just met.
But you know what plane we're from, so
Yes,
um,
exactly.
That seems like fairly prejudgmental. We're just trying to help.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want our help, then fine. But like, it's our job to help.
Oh, that's nice.
Show his badge.
Gets real close. Sniffs it. Licks it. No, I've not seen that before.
My small pica familiar is just very confused as to why they've just been licked.
She's holding Yarrow up
Yeah.
in one
Yeah.
Oh, because you're holding Yarrow, who's
Yeah.
holding the badge.
Yes.
There's a whole package.
Yarrow is a bit freaked out.
Hmm. Are you
Um,
okay, buddy? What's going on?
Just like a bit. What the fuck is that?
Oh,
This
boy.
this multi-sensory approach to the world
Yes.
reminds me a little bit of how non-humanoid animals interact with the world. You know, we rely on our eyes a lot, you know, and it means that we don't pay so much attention to smells and textures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, could I, like, maybe do it? Does this person remind me of any animal behavior? Because you know,
Make
there's a lot of
a
sniffing the
nature
ground and shit.
Make a nature check.
No.
No. You're like, you're right that there's something clearly about this person that's not entirely humanoid, but you're not sure what it would be. It seems to be
Mhm.
mixing and matching a bunch of different animal things together, but you can't
Mhm.
like put your finger on exactly what came from where.
Do they
Could I-
smell weird?
Make a perception check.
Can I help?
No.
You can make your own perception check
Yeah.
if you want to.
I rolled bad. Rolled a 9.
Okay. Yeah, no.
I-
Smells like a person.
14.
No. I mean, they smell like a bit earthy because they've got mud kind of all over their clothes from lying down on the ground, but nothing like extraordinary.
could I do an Arcana check to see if, like, their
Yes.
description matches anything I'm familiar with?
Sure.
18.
18. You know of a number of creatures that can take on humanoid shapes. There are doppelgangers is one. God, what other shapeshifting creatures are there? You know if the polymorph spell allows potentially things to appear as different creatures.
Can plasmoids
you know,
polymorph?
Plasmoids, yes. M and Blurta would be quite familiar with plasmoids as well, because you met one yesterday. There's barghests, succubi and incubi. There are quattles. What else have we got? There are shifters as well, which are quite rare.
Do any of these have golden eyes?
With an 18, you're guessing you can probably narrow it down to succubus, barghest, and quattle.
Okay.
And lesser ditto.
And that, yes.
Golden eye ditto.
Oh yeah, the shiny has golden eyes.
Yes.
Can I get a bit of an insight vibe check? This
Yeah.
person seems intent on finding Cass.
Yes.
Do they mean Cass ill or good? Do they mean us ill or good? Like
Yeah. Make an insight check.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. They seem concerned for Cass. You realize the frantic sort of looking for evidence seems to come from a place of worry.
can I ask, what form did Cass take when you last saw them?
Oh, Cass is a human.
Oh.
And when did you last see them?
I don't know. Time moves very differently in where I'm from.
So were you and Cass separated in different planes?
Yes.
Ah. So the
Yes.
last time you saw Cass was when you were here, but then
Yes.
you went away and then.
Yes. Cass said we all had to go away, yes.
Do we know the name? Can I do a history check to see if I know the name Cass?
Well, there's Castas, the war deity.
Castus is the god of war, yes. You can make a history check.
And there's Casimir Crowrun.
There
Yep.
is Casimir Crowrun. Yes.
I was like, I knew it was saying something. Oh, okay. Alright.
You can still make a history check if you want to, unless you think that you have now figured it out.
Can I help
Fuck
with the
it.
history check? I have proficiency.
I got 19 plus 3 for 22 on the history check.
Okay. Yeah, so this being, Mistley, seems to be uncertain of when they last saw this person.
Yeah.
But from what you saw in Vias' temple, it seems that Casimir Crowrun may have had a hand in separating the planes and sealing this plane from all the others.
Yeah.
You get the impression that this might be an old friend of Casimir's,
Yeah.
who has just returned to the plane and does not know it's been more than 1,000 years since.
Do you mind? I think I might have a potential idea here. Do you recognize this figure? And I minor illusion the sort of image from the temple of Casimir.
You do know Cass. You know where
Um,
he is.
Well, the bad news here is he was alive a long, long time ago.
I see.
The good news is, we are on our way to follow in Cass's footsteps somewhat,
Oh,
and
exciting.
explore something he left in the earth.
Ah, his nest.
Maybe?
So.
The panic in your voice, Alex. What was that?
Just like, sure, why not?
Nest? Very good. You know where it is?
Ish.
You can come with us, I suppose, if you like.
I think if I was closer, I would know where to find it.
Okay, well we've got a rough idea. Why don't you come with
Lovely.
us and we can help each other out.
That sounds like a great idea.
Are
What
you
are your names?
oh sorry, I'm Nimbo. And I was gonna ask if you know Casimir, do you also know Vias?
I have met Vias.
Samesies.
How exciting.
I'm
Sorry,
a
just
child
like-
of Vias and Varea.
I just love the image of just like the real world equivalent of just like two Christians meeting in the street. It's like, have you met God? Yes. Oh my God, so have I.
But it's specifically
Yeah,
it's not just it's like two Mormons. Have you met American Jesus?
um.
Well, lead the way. I will follow you. Hopefully
Cool.
we will find Cass.
Oh. Okay.
As a science aside, at this point, well, before we leave this particular location, prairie dogs. Are a sort of quite like foundational species in American grasslands, especially ones which are managed by, or not managed, but like fire plays a good part in the renewal of grasslands, and like a lot of animals will like go into the prairie dog burrows to hide to sort of weather out the fire, and that's how they don't all get crisped up. and including like some creatures will live in there full time. Like literally, I believe some rattlesnakes will literally like live in the burrows of the things they eat. And
Yeah,
sort of like
I think there's like burrowing owls will also go in there as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
black-footed ferrets, which are critically
Adorable.
endangered. What was that? Sorry.
I said adorable.
And critically endangered, yeah.
Yes.
And that they're also prairie dogs are also foundational species in some aspects of animal behavior study as well, in terms of like the ways that they communicate and the ways that their group dynamics work and stuff like that.
Yeah. I once read a study someone had done on a prairie dog colony that had been reintroduced in an area where there was no like influx. They'd spent 18 years monitoring this population's behavior and then published the research without considering the fact the population was incredibly inbred.
18
And-
years. 18 years. Got one of your dogs got in for 18 years.
It was just very sad because they clearly were like, we cannot mention this because it would completely mean their behavior is not as it would be in a population that has migration. But yes.
The very little house on the prairie.
Nimbo and Blurta can all get a D8 because you're level 5, and I did not occur to me that that's the level at which Bard's inspiration dice increases.
Also, slightly more tenuously related to giant American burrowing rodents. There used to be a species of giant digging beaver in America, and they dug corkscrew tunnels, and the tunnels would then fill in and fossilize, and they kind of left weird like fossil spiral imprints that confused people for a long time until they worked out what would cause them.
Are we sure they were not caused by giant prehistoric ducks?
I knew you were going there.
What
and
fucking the ground?
I've seen ducks do weirder things.
But like 70-foot tall ducks to do that.
Duckzilla.
Sorcery. You come for the science and stay for the weird giant duck penises.
Oh my god. And before we move on as well,
While we're on the topic of giant weird penises.
I'm not going for giant weird penises. I'm not going for giant weird penises. I promise. Oh god. Okay, what I was gonna say is that Miss Lee, just to me, I hope I'm not being prejudiced, but she's given snake. As snakes, lots of them have yellow eyes. They also have really shit vision, which is why maybe she's sniffing and licking stuff and saying yes.
Did we see her tongue?
Yeah, she was licking. She licked the
Did she
mouth.
have-
You have seen her tongue. It looked human.
Okay.
But yeah, she's given snake. But
I
snakes
believe
can see
collateral are
UV
snake
light.
people, which was one of the options I got.
Yeah, if you do, Muck, want to make an Arcana check?
Okay.
Can I help?
Someone better help me.
Yep, you can help.
I got a 9.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna help. So roll advantage.
Roll advantage.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
sorry.
Oh, I got 19.
Yeah.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, so you also sort of going with these snaky vibes you're getting and thinking about like what creatures have I read about that can maybe change themselves into humans. You managed to narrow down further than Blurta did, and managed to land on Coatl. Coatls are celestial creatures, which could be why she was hesitant to tell you about what plane she came from, if she came from the realm of the gods.
And they are snakes.
They are large snake-like creatures with massive feathery wings.
Ooh.
They can also change themselves into a human form if they want to.
Awesome.
Nimbo is extra awed by the fact that this is a divine adjacent being, not just another enthusiast.
Yeah, so it's less of a did you meet Jesus, and it's more of someone asking the Archangel Michael, did you meet Jesus?
Yeah.
It's like we're
my boss.
neighbors.
Oh yeah, he does accounts.
Now surely
No,
Jesus is in the
Coatls
maintenance
are
department.
Coatls are generally considered to be in the realm more of Idal's domain, so more the god of justice and criminals, because they tend to be very strict at following rules.
Judgy.
One interpretation, yes.
Cops.
You continue on with Mistley in the direction of the Dread Hollow using the information you gained. As you get closer to the cliffs, Mistley perks up. She's still occasionally stopping, sniffing things, like peering at things very intently. Sometimes they do seem to just be cool bugs she's found. Very like intrigued with local wildlife. But she does sort of start guiding you at one point in the direction of where she says Casimir's nest is. You get to a relatively well-hidden opening in the cliff face. That's sort of hidden in a copse of trees, with it's like deep within the cliff, so it's very sheltered area. Mistley stops here and says, I'm afraid that we're not allowed to enter.
Why not?
I promised Cass that I would never enter without his express permission.
Okay.
You promised that you.
Yes.
would enter.
Okay.
Does that extend to us?
I did not know you then, so no.
And, I think it would be morally okay to enter this place because we're trying to further the cause that Casimir, devoted his life to, which is keeping the realm safe and preventing another war between the gods. And look, we got these Hydra scales.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Yes.
They got swallowed.
Yeah.
Interesting. I will wait outside for you.
Any tips?
Yeah, have
Be
you been in here
careful.
before?
Yes.
Would you tell us some of Casimir's favorite things, just so in case it's part of like a puzzle or something? Like favorite
He
food?
liked wine
Okay.
and hunting things.
Okay.
What sort of
His
things?
best friend is called all kinds of things. Vampires.
So his best friend is called all kinds of things.
His best friend.
Dickhead, prick.
His best friend is Fred.
Aw.
Fred.
Fred. Be careful of Fred.
Oh, is Fred some kind of violent creature?
Fred is the vintner.
Oh.
The vintner?
I've heard that
Winemaker?
word before.
It means winemaker.
Oh, winemaker.
Okay.
What kind
Beware
of
the
wine?
winemaker.
Yes.
Hold on. He
Is it-
liked wine and he was hunting vampires, and we need to be careful of the winemaker.
Yes. That is what you have been told.
Stupidly cryptic.
Yes.
I just love the position that Rachel froze in.
Yeah.
Like just frozen in shock.
I didn't move much in real life either. Okay. I'm trying not to be vampire wine, but cool.
Fred the vintner.
Was he one of these guys who, if he had secret passwords to secret doors and stuff, he would tell his friends, like yourself? Okay.
He was always writing.
Okay.
Well, we love to read.
Yeah.
Nice,
You got
very
any
nice.
of his writings on you?
No.
Okay.
You're
Is there
not,
anything
you're not
of-
very helpful, are you?
That's quite rude.
She
Such a
led us. She led us to the door. Let's cut her a bit of slack.
N, in your head, you just hear, You don't need to be so rude, little one.
I know. It just
Wait.
slips out occasionally.
Just a matter of interest. Did you know, like, any of these other figures, like Shohul or Mogren or Vishara?
I met them occasionally. I did not know them well.
Like, what kind of people were they like?
Interesting.
I see. Okay. Like, I think Bert is just like, yeah, not going to get much out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to find some of this out firsthand. I'm gonna cast.
No, go.
I'm gonna cast Aid on Muck, Lurter, and M, so you each get 5 extra max hit points.
Nice.
And I'm gonna cast Light on my amulet, so it's kind of beaming out forwards,
Okay.
like a torch.
In that case, you enter the Dread Hollow, and I will just get the map set up.
Oh, I
So
was just
that-
gonna ask. Can I ask her one more thing before we go in, please?
Oh, of course. I'm just
Uh,
gonna switch Nimbo's dark vision on.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I drank some tea from a satyr, and then he told me sleep tight. I just wondered, you're kind of magical and celestial. Is there anything you can like do to maybe make sure I don't fall asleep when I meet Fred?
Of course.
Phew, yay!
She just touches you on the forehead, and you feel this soft glow wash over you.
Oh,
Is that
Start
all?
speaking in tongues.
yeah.
Did that
Thanks.
help?
Yeah,
You're
that was
welcome.
great. Let's
we-
go!
as we're walking through the door, I give Muck a bit of a nudge, and I don't say anything, but I kind of like gods aren't too bad.
Yeah. A little bit. I'm warming up, but don't get too excited.
Oh, was there anything particular you wanted us to look out for, by the way?
Just find Cass. I'm worried about him.
See what we can do.
Thank you. I will be here. She sits down, like, on her haunches, and just
Ooh.
watches you unblinkingly as you enter the Dread Hollow.
Nice.
Inside, can I get a marching order? It's a 5-foot wide corridor, so you're gonna have to go in a line.
Okay, so not Nimbo at the front.
Nimbo's light is light everyone can see, but everyone else does still have their
Yeah,
dark vision.
but we don't want the person who can only see 20 foot at the front, is what I'm getting at there.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind going at the front.
Okay.
Maybe I should go at the back because
Yeah.
we should probably have our 2 least squishy at either end.
Okay. And then Blurta.
Will I go
believe-
second and you go third?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think you're better
Um,
than me.
Yeah.
And Emma's more melee stuff that they can do. Alright, you enter the Dread Hollow. It is a narrow passage. Hold on, let me share the map with everyone. We got some dynamic lighting set up. So for the audience, you will be able to see what M can see. And what M can see, as I believe everyone except Nimbo can see as you enter, is in this first narrow corridor widens out into 2 branching passages, one larger chamber, inside of which you see a big lump of moving clay.
Ooh. Oh.
It is
Oh.
slowly shifting back and forth, moving something around that you can't see what it's doing. It's got its back towards you right now. As you enter the room, the clang of Muck's armor seems to alert it, and it slowly starts to turn. You
mean,
see
this
this golem with this roughly molded clay face that puts down some barrels, shifts fully to face you, and starts slowly trudging towards you.
Is it seeming hostile at all, or is it just?
Hard to tell. It is a golem, so it has no expressions.
Okay.
It
But
is
it's not like
coming
raised up
towards
its
you.
fists going "Arr," or anything like that.
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe we should at least spread out.
Yeah, are we going for it?
Well, I'm
Well-
aware that we're stuck in a corridor at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, let's. If we, Mark, if you're happy to go in the front a little bit, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rest of us can kind of move up behind it.
Do we have any like? Do we have any objects or things associated with Casimir Kroger, apart from the Hydra scales?
Nope.
I'll hold up my kind of holy symbol of Vias, the kind of the carved, burnt, twisted wood.
Mhm.
Say, oh, we're friends. Hello. Just popping in to say hi to Cass.
All right. M and Nimba, where have you two moved? Because Blurt has now moved through M. There.
I mean, I probably end up somewhere like there, so that
Yep.
the thing can see me.
That's fine. Yeah, you're not gonna snap to the grid in the dungeon just because of how the walls are. I don't want you to end up halfway, like, off the map.
Grid schmid.
So the ruler will still work as it should. The golem keeps coming towards Muck, and at this point, as it gets closer and closer, M and Blurta, you all see words appear sort of written in the clay across its front. Blurta and M, you recognize the language as Infernal, and it just says slam.
Oof.
I would like everyone to please roll initiative.
Oh, I thought it was challenging us to like a rap battle or something.
Yeah. It's like, welcome to the jam.
Supernature, goddamn! Administer the microphone. I am.
I got 17.
Okay.
9.
9.
14.
14 for Nimbo.
24.
And 24 for M, and the golem rolled garbage.
Yeah.
M, you are up first. You've just seen the word slam appear written across the front of this golem in Infernal. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna send out a second level witch bolt at it straight away.
Okay, go for it.
Does not look like a friendly thing. That's a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
So that is 13 points of damage.
What type of damage?
Oh yeah, because I get use.
Which bolts?
Light-
Not on
light-
witch bolts.
No, no, it's
Is it lightning?
It's lightning.
Okay, lightning damage. Cool.
Yeah.
This lightning crashes down onto the golem. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
The room is briefly illuminated. You can see it's just like there's a bunch of junk in the back of the room. In that case, Muck, your turn next.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer and try and do some. Oh, that was so close. Some attacking.
Okay.
Alright, so that is 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Yeah. For 10 damage.
You are attacking with your sword?
With my greatsword, yeah.
Okay. Your greatsword is not magical. You-
No.
carve into the golem, and it does buckle.
Okay.
Did the infernal rune say buckle?
Nil pois.
Maybe. You're
Okay.
carving. Your sword is just getting stuck in the clay, and you have to like wrench it back out, and it doesn't seem to have done any damage.
Okay. Upon seeing that, I think I'm gonna freak out and probably run away a little bit,
Okay.
just so I can. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Just so I can sort out what the fuck I'm gonna do next. So I'm gonna run behind. No, I wouldn't run behind, but I would run back.
Okay,
I'd
it's
run
gonna
here.
take an attack against you.
Oh fuck! I didn't think about
opportunity.
that. I didn't think about
If you
that.
do
Go on,
that,
go on,
you
go
can you can retcon it if you want to stay put instead.
on. Okay, I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, you would be leaving its range.
Oh, I have another action. Oh no, I've got 2 attacks.
You have another attack.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What would I even do with this? I mean, I'm just gonna. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm gonna try and attack it with my halberd instead, which has a 10-foot reach.
You are still leaving its reach, so you would still take an attack of opportunity. It only
Right.
has a 5-foot reach.
Okay. Great sword. 8 to hit.
That does not hit, as the massive clay fist just sort of stops the blow. It does
Okay.
nothing.
Then I will ready myself to. Can I like just get my shield out and hide behind it?
Yep, free action. You bring your shield out, which ups your AC to 19, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, and prepare for impact. Nimbo, what would you like to do?
Seeing Muck have a bit of trouble with this thing, which, you know, I'm not used to seeing Muck struggle in a toe-to-toe fight. I'm going to kind of nudge M out of the way as I scoot past, and I'm going to come around here, and then as I'm walking, I'm going to shillelagh my club, so
Yep.
it starts to crackle with energy, and I'm going to take a swing.
Okay.
Have I frozen or is Dagmar frozen?
Dagmar.
Yeah. it's
Oh,
not-
great, sweet.
Still here.
I do 200 points of damage.
Ultimate golem killing fist power. Just haven't mentioned before.
Yeah, Nimbo has a very specific limit break.
Let's wait and see if she comes back.
So, what I got to hit, which I hope will hit, is a 21. So if that doesn't hit, we're in trouble.
Yeah, that hits. You're fine.
All right. I mean, it's clay.
Yeah. Okay. She's gone. We did think that this might happen, so shall we go to a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come back.
For sure.
All right.
Right.
See you shortly.
Oh dear. I'm sorry to tell you this, Katanga, but I'm afraid that this misery high bluff you keep talking about has just been a figment of your imagination.
Can Katanga make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll deception?
No point, because that was a natural 1.
Well, if I notice this mid smooch, can I flick my tongue out for a quick taste?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
What is
Sleight
with
of
your
tongue.
characters and tasting things?
It's an
It's
under-
helpful.
Mate, we've talked about these like these body image issues, and like you can't be comparing yourself to like refreshing beverage cunt of all people.
Most of the fleas, because I assume Dream isn't actually being all that careful.
No.
So a lot of the fleas do manage to like jump ship. And
They're fleas.
I don't know what happens if you pour bleach on a flea. They might be fine.
It might disintegrate, I don't know.
Yeah.
Google it.
What happens when you bleach a flea?
That's
Live
like a-
Psychom coming straight at you.
Look, Psychom's just being... Okay, so...
That name.
So when the Sex Muskets sing, "God save the Queen," they
Yeah.
actually literally.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
quite sincere. A fascist regime, which we approve of.
It's
I
the,
called out with my own deep throaty alarm call as well.
What are you doing down here?
Oh, we're just taking a shortcut. You know, just traffic.
We're fumigating for sewer clowns here. You can't be here.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
I've been called worse, but you better shut your mouth.
We all know the real sewer clown is Elon Musk and his tunnels, so... Kick me off Twitter, Elon, I dare you.
So, Boomslang will disguise himself as Reginar and be Big Spoon.
Okay. So,
I got you, buddy.
so we cut to a scene where this Yuan-Ti, this snake person, is spooning a pudding angel.
No. Snake person disguised as a halfling.
Yes. Oh, you're even bigger a spoon than I remember.
Yeah, I just, I used to have that energy.
Delightful, angel, delightful. And then we fade to
Oh, is
black.
that your full name?
Fade to black of spooning.
I don't want to miss a thing.
So you see in the room Eridark Ariesis, who is a pallid elf fighter gunslinger. Do I have guns? Do I fuck? What you see.
Sorry about that, folks. It's very fucking windy outside, and it's fucking with my Wi-Fi. But we are back. We're going straight back into the big golem battle. Nimbo has just cast Shillelagh on his weapon. What are you gonna do with it?
I took a swing and I rolled a 21.
21 definitely hits.
Cool. And I'm gonna do a big 8 points of magical bludgeoning.
Okay, it doesn't land quite as heavily as you would have hoped, but it does damage.
It's kind of into the clay.
Yeah, and you have to like wrench the mace back out of
Getting
the clay.
getting flashbacks to Goblin Skull.
Yes, yes. All right, you've had your action and your bonus action. Anything else you want to do?
For my object interaction,
Yes.
having seen that my weapon at least did something, my magic
Yes.
kind of shillelagh, but seeing that Muck, with all her might, wasn't able to do any damage. Like would Nimbo's a smart guy. He's got +1 to Arcana. Would I know that this is a magic weapon issue?
Yeah.
Okay, for my object interaction, can I
You can
hold
hand
out
Muck
my javelin?
You can
lightly?
you can hold out the javelin. Muck currently would have a hand free as well because she stowed her sword, which is two-handed. So you have now the shield and the javelin, Muck.
Thank you.
So that's
alright.
1d6 piercing on an attack.
It's a
And
javelin of lightning, so you can look up the stats for that, because it
Yeah.
does have some other fun shit as well.
Got it.
It do be do. Anything else, Nimbo?
that's it. We're fencing off the golem so it can't get
Yep.
at our softer friends.
You hope. Flirta, your turn.
Okay, I am going to be very predictable, and I'm going to do some Eldritch Blast.
Shocking.
I know, right? Warlocks never do that.
Eldritch
No.
Finger Blast.
So first roll is 27 to hit,
27 hits.
and that'll be a nice juicy 12 damage. Pushed it back 10 foot,
Okay.
and roll number 2 is 11.
11 misses.
That's
Oh
fine.
shit. Sorry, I typed the wrong thing.
Oh wait, and also
killed
actually,
him.
there'll be a few extra points of fire damage on the first one if it's not immune.
Okay. How much?
I believe it's 2. Let me I can never find this thing. Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, extra 3.
Extra 3 fire damage. Okay. Yeah, it takes all of that damage. And anything else?
No, I'm good.
Alright. As it got blasted backwards, the word slam kind of got wiped out. And as a word reappears, M and Blurta, you see that now it says haste. And the golem's movement increases, and it rushes in towards Nimbo and Muck again.
This
and
seems
it is
fine.
going to make a slam attack against Nimbo as a bonus action, which will be a 19 to hit.
Oof, that'll hit.
Okay, in that case, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
If I must.
You must.
Oh, I'm gonna use my nerd dice.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That can't be a 9 on a d8, so it must be a 6. So that's 7 plus 6 plus 2 is 15.
15 is what you needed. But that also means I'm not going to tell you why you were rolling. You do take 22 points of bludgeoning damage. As this golem slams into you, and the word slam appears again right before, and then the golem is wiped sort of clean. again. Nimbo, you feel this massive impact of a pile of clay just laying into you. The force going through your shield, and like jarring your entire body. You're gonna be so bruised. That is the golem's turn. We come back to you.
I think from here I
Oh, and Nimbo, can you make me a concentration check as well? Another Constitution saving throw to keep your spell up. You're looking for an 11 or higher.
None of my spells are concentration.
Is light not?
Light, shillelagh, and aid. None of them are concentration.
Is light not concentration?
Nope.
No.
That would be really bad if it was.
I thought it was. I don't normally play characters who cast light, because my DMs use weird rules. Sorry, back to you.
can I just send out a firebolt at it this time?
Firebolt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have.
Yes,
I don't,
absolutely.
I do not have fireball. Don't worry.
Okay, just checking.
Not that kind of wisdom.
I don't
No,
care
no,
how
no.
large the room is.
But just that.
Yes, you can
just,
send a firebolt
firebolt.
at it. Yes.
That is 17. Yeah.
17 hits.
Okay.
Even though it is moving slightly faster, you manage to impact.
And that is 11 points of fire damage.
11 points of fire damage, which it takes fully. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I don't think so. I think that's all I'm gonna do right now.
Right. Cool. You watch as the clay sort of cracks and hardens, and then turns brittle and just falls off the front of the golem. Muck, you have been handed a javelin of lightning. What would you like to do with it?
I'm going to throw the javelin at it and use the lightning. Well, let's see if it hits first. 20 to hit.
You are within 5 feet, so you have to stab it, or you'd be at disadvantage.
But it's the same thing. You're just, holding onto it and stabbing it rather than chucking it. You can use it like a
Okay.
spear.
Is that allowed? Okay,
Yes.
I've got a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 hits.
All right. So that is 6 piercing. And
Okay.
it says it's a...
You don't do the lightning damage unless you throw
Unless I
it.
throw it. Okay.
Yeah, but you can
alright.
do the piercing damage, which
Yes,
again,
please.
not as impactful as you would have hoped, but you pierce through the clay somewhat, and there's something underneath the clay, because you feel like you just barely scratch that.
Okay.
You can make your second attack.
All right. Well, now that I see that this javelin's actually doing something, how far away do I have to be to throw it?
You have to be at least 10 feet away.
Okay, and I'm currently 5, so I move back.
You will take an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'm not going to do that then. Should I try and grapple it?
You can try. It would be your athletics against their acrobatics or athletics?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that.
I'm just double checking what the golem has to roll.
We've also had a redemption of a science fact from Hogan.
Alright, someone give me a science fact about clay or similar. Alright, yes, Muck, make an athletics check, please. The golem is also going to make an athletics check.
The soil under London, where I am, is mostly clay, and that means that when it gets wet in the winter, it expands, and then when it dries out in the summer, it shrinks. And so all the old houses in London are all slowly collapsing into the ground, because every year the foundations go.
That's fun.
That's a good
Also,
fact.
I think
London-
this is also why the Dutch built their houses on stilts.
Oh.
London clay is also a noted sort of fossil repository, which I think clay is in general because it's but
Yes.
doesn't allow air into decayed shit.
Also,
Alright,
London clay, my stripper name.
Okay. Take another inspiration dice. Khalil, I think Alex, you still have one.
Yes.
Muck, what did you roll?
I got a dirty 25.
Dirty 25. Okay. The goal rolled an 8. So you grapple the golem with your second attack. The golem is now grappled.
Amazing.
You are holding on to it tight. Which means its speed is now 0. Very good.
Hit him, guys.
All right, Nimbo, your turn next.
Well, seeing Muck kind of grappling this golem, would me being a priest, would I know much about golems? Would I know whether do they have that thing where a golem has an activation word written somewhere on a piece of paper in their head?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
I'm going to use my nerd dice. That's going to be 13.
Excuse me. You know there are golems that have activation words written on a piece of paper inside of their heads. You've never seen a golem. You don't. Might be a different type of golem. You're not 100% certain if this one would have something like that.
Okay. I'll just yell at Muck. Maybe try digging around in its head? And as I say that, a medium amount of blood comes out of my mouth. I've had significant blunt force trauma. So I'm going to kind of woozily be like, right, Nimbo, you got this. And that's going to be my healing word.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast a first level healing word on myself, because I don't think I can take one more hit. Okay, that's 7 points of healing. Looking a little bit less mash up. And then I'm going to take another swing. I'm going to go for somewhere that Muck isn't. So if Muck's on its back or something, I'm going to go for
Muck is holding onto one of its legs essentially, but has managed to stop it from going anywhere unless she wants it to.
All right, I'm going to go for the other knee. The knee that she's not holding. Going to try and do the old Tonya Harding. That will be a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. That's going to be 10 points of damage. Will it compete in the next Olympics?
It's currently still capable, except for the fact that it is made of clay and not very dexterous. Cool. All right, if that's your turn, Blurta, we come back to you.
Okay, so things seem to be hitting hard, so I suppose let's bust out a little bit more. Bonus action Hex.
Okay.
And I will give it disadvantage on I don't know, strength.
Strength checks. All right.
And then I will Eldritch Blast.
All right. Roll your attacks.
13.
13 misses. It's trying to shake Muck off of its leg, and just
do I get advantage in that case?
No, it's just its speed is reduced to 0. It's not incapacitated.
Okay. Second one is 21.
21 does hit.
So that is 11.
Okay.
Plus 2 what is that? Necrotic damage from Hex.
Yeah.
And 3 fire damage.
And 3 fire damage. Okay. It's starting to look worse for wear as more of this fire just crackles across the front of it.
And it gets blasted backwards, I guess.
In that case, Muck's grapple would break.
I'm not sure if that's optional or not. Let me just double check.
I think the invocation says you may.
You can choose
whether
or not to blast it backwards. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because you've not always done it so far, so.
True.
Even if that's not as written, that's how we're ruling it.
Cool.
Okay, in that case, we come back to the golem, who is going to make start off making a slam attack against Muck, because Muck's clinging to its leg. So that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Fuck's sake! Alright, fine, yeah, go on then.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Yeah. What's that?
You
A
got
4. It's a 4.
A
this. You don't
4.
got this.
Okay, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And until you are cured, as this clay clings to you and you feel something that's mixed into it sort of begin to seep into you, all
Yeah.
healing you receive will be half as effective.
Cute.
You
I
can
guess it's-
attempt to cure, become cured on a long or a short rest with another con save, or the lesser restoration spell or something similar would also cure you.
Okay, cool.
It is then going to make a second attack against Muck.
Cute.
For a 22 to hit on that one.
Yeah. Just to check,
Uh,
does Heavy Armor Master come into play here? No,
it
'cause
is
it's not from-
bludgeoning. It's bludgeoning damage, so you would reduce everything by 3.
Cool. Yeah.
On the second hit, you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 17.
Cool.
It is going to attempt a third attack using its bonus action.
No. Oh my
Yes. You are
No.
holding onto its leg. That is a math 25 to hit.
god. Yeah, that'll get me.
Alright. For another 11 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 8.
I'm still standing, guys.
At this
Uh,
point, I should just come in with the chat, have said, Nimbo should have advantage for the Tanya Harding reference, and
No.
also that the group should get a healing potion,
Nice.
in addition to what we already
The
have.
group may find a healing potion somewhere in the dungeon. Yes, I agree. Healing potions will not just drop out of the sky in the middle of combat, folks. I'm sorry.
What?
I can't believe it.
I have said this before, and I will say it again. The golem does, however, seem to slow down somewhat as we come back to M's turn.
Okay. I am gonna stare it straight down and point a finger out. You'll hear a melodious bell ring out as I cast Toll the Dead.
Okay, that's a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom save, yeah, 14.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. Run my dice everywhere. 16.
Okay, pass. So that is 9 points. No, not 9 points.
It doesn't take any damage. It's a cantrip.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, I thought it was half.
No, it's not half.
Fuck
On
that.
cantrips, it's
Fuck
take the damage
that
or
golem.
not.
Fuck that golem so much.
Yeah.
Can you do that with a bonus action?
Roll to seduce first. And it does speak Infernal, which seems to be its language of choice, so...
No. Fuck that golem.
Alright, anything else,
No,
Em?
that's me.
Nope, okay, Muck, we come back to you.
I'm not sure how much this whole grappling thing is really working, you know. So I might just, but if I leave, I take an attack of opportunity. So, I mean, I could just stab it again, can't I? I
Okay.
just feel like I'm gonna die. So.
Well, you've got your
Nimbo
thingy.
bought 2 diamonds for a reason.
It's a good point. How good is it looking? Kind of yellow.
It's below half hit points.
Okay, that's nice.
Bits of it are starting to sort of like fall away. Like when Play-Doh gets old and just like becomes really like brittle in places.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like that.
You can make Play-Doh out of flour, salt, and a little bit of water.
This is true.
Fun fact: when my parents were living in Brazil, and it was near the end of the military dictatorship, there was like hyperinflation. It was really hard to get hold of like nice flour for baking bread. So my dad had bought some like really nice flour to bake bread with, and my sisters wanted to make some Play-Doh, and so they used this really expensive, really hard to get hold of flour. And my dad was like, well, we can't waste this. And so made some bread out of this incredibly salty blue dough. And but apparently it was just like you couldn't even get through one bite. It was that salty and blue.
It reminds me of when I was a kid. We were in Kenya in 2008 when the election violence happened. We were on holiday at the coast. And I don't really remember like the violence and stuff, but we had no food. And my dad managed to barter for a case of beer and some flour and eggs, and he made pancakes. And they were the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten, because you cannot just sub beer for milk.
I've come back.
Beer
in at a
pancakes
very
sounds
strange
pretty
point.
good.
We're talking about the food you eat when there's crises happening in countries.
Oh, okay. Beer pancakes.
Take another nerd dice, Khalil, for your Play-Doh
I
facts
think we're gonna need it.
and your anecdotes.
Yeah.
Muck, you are stabbing this thing?
Who's got moments of awesome, by the way? Because we might need those too.
I've got one.
Muck definitely has one.
Yeah.
I don't know about everyone else.
I have one. I haven't used one.
Okay.
I think it might be more useful if I try and knock this guy prone, so at least we all have advantage attacking
Okay.
until his next turn. Does that
Yep.
make sense? Does that not matter to you, Sam?
No, I'm
You're
just.
shaking your head.
No, I'm more thinking
Um,
this is the first thing we've encountered in this dungeon, and we're fucked.
Yeah.
No, you're correct though, Rachel. This is the right. That's the right.
For prone, it would be a disadvantage attacking you. Ranged attacks against it would also be a disadvantage, but you would be at advantage.
Okay.
So yeah, you can absolutely try to knock it prone if you wanted to.
Oh, but yeah, and then Nimbo's here as well, so
Yeah.
he would get advantage as well. It's worth it, yeah. All right. So I'm making an athletics check.
Okay, and it is a disadvantage on strength checks, right, Alex?
Yeah.
From Hex.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
is that a save or a check?
For it's a contested strength check.
Yeah, so it'll be
for getting knocked
disadvantage,
prone. Yeah.
So
Muck?
I got 14.
It got a 13.
Get
With your
prone.
first attack, as you're holding onto its leg, you manage to just like pull the leg out from underneath, and this Blurta and M, you watch as the letters now suddenly appear across it and just say, "Uh-oh," in Infernal, as it starts toppling backwards. It is now prone. It is
Okay.
still grappled as well. So Muck, you have a second attack you can make at advantage.
Oh, okay.
Or is knocking a creature prone?
I feel like that must
Shove is-
not
shove
matter.
is an attack.
I
No,
think.
shove is an attack.
action. No,
I-
Shove is an attack.
it-
Grapple is an
Oh, is
action.
it?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
shove is
Oh,
an attack. Yeah.
well, in that case, Muck did make a second
Oh.
attack on the grapple turn, so we'll just say
That's true.
that
yeah,
one
we'll
happened
just
now.
call it.
Yeah, if that's
Oh
okay.
wait, no. It says when you can use the attack action. Oh, I don't know now. For grapple.
Ah,
The attack action
Um,
is like the whole sum of your attacking.
yeah, hold on.
Okay,
Is
alright,
grapple an attack? Oh no, grappling is also an attack action, which is confusing because okay, you can make a second attack.
All right, I'm gonna hit in the head.
At
nat 20.
advantage. Yeah,
Nat 20.
boy.
Yes.
All right, you get your extra
Okay.
damage dice.
Amazing.
Yeah,
So that's what,
that-
3d6?
yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
it'll be
just
3d6.
so 14 plus another d6. It's 6. That's 20 damage overall.
Okay, it
Yes.
takes half that, but you do quite a lot, and you crit, so you get a third attack.
Yeah, here we go.
Still at advantage.
Muck is so cool.
So that's 11 to hit, which doesn't hit.
Yeah, the 11, even with
Oh.
even with it being prone, you go straight into the hole the spear created the previous time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do anything additional on top of what it had done before. Nimbo, we come to you
All
in
right.
this moment of need.
How messed
Oh
up
wait,
is
do
this
I
guy
still
looking?
have an object interaction?
You have an object interaction.
I might chug a healing potion.
No, that is a bonus action. You used your bonus action to make the third attack.
Cool, thank you.
How messed up does this thing look?
It's getting down there, but it's not like on death's door.
Okay. I might have to bring it a little bit closer.
Yep. That's what I expect from you.
So before I take my swing, I'm gonna kind of clutch my my amulet and think of the connection to Vias that this place has. And I'm gonna release the lightning that is stored in my amulet as my bonus action. Apparently it just takes 2d8 lightning damage.
I
On
What
the
did
item
I
description,
write?
it just says as a bonus action, you can spend one charge to do 2d8 lightning damage to a creature within
No,
30
you
feet.
just do 2d8 lightning damage to a
Sick.
creature within 40 feet.
And I rolled 15.
15 lightning damage. Yeah, now it's getting down there.
And then for my action, I'm gonna melee attack. At
Alright.
advantage. Oh, 18 and a 19. That's gonna be 26 to hit.
Yeah, those will hit.
Oh, well, it's just one is an advantage. And 7 points of bludgeoning. Halved, I
Okay.
guess, to 3.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Still not dead. Looking worse. As the lightning has sort of, like, rent parts of the clay and it's just, like, falling off in chunks now. Alright.
And I do realize that actually this as I release this lightning and I see that my mace doesn't do that much damage to it, I'm like, oh yeah, Casimir wasn't a champion of Vias. He was a champion of Idal, hence the Coatl. I've been so absorbed in my relationship with my god, I forget that there are others.
Yeah, Shohul is Bias's champion. Just because I hate myself. Blurta, your turn.
Okay, I'm just checking the exact mechanics of. So, I would be at
Disadvantage because it is prone.
unless I'm.
But-
So it's apparently the actual rule is. I'm reading secondhand. Is any attack not made within 5 foot of them? So I could just walk up to within 5 foot and then attack.
You would still be at disadvantage.
This is true.
Because then you're doing a ranged spell attack from within melee distance.
Okay, fine. I'll just shoot from here then, I guess.
Alright.
Would it not be like, an execution?
No.
You can't Pulp Fiction them.
20
It's
is
really
my
big.
bow roll.
20 hits. It's really big and it's hard to get the angle.
So 8 is my force damage,
Mhm.
plus my hex damage of 4, plus
Mhm.
my fire damage of 3.
Okay. Still up.
And then attack number 2 is a natural 20, but maybe it won't hit enough to
At
get another one.
disadvantage.
Yeah,
Oh.
13 does not hit.
13 does not hit, no. The second shot goes wide and explodes across the back of the wall, leaving absolutely no evidence anything ever happened there. Anything else you want to do?
No, just
Okay. The golem cannot get up because it is still grappled.
nice.
But it is going to take another attack at Muck, who is still holding
Obviously.
onto it, at disadvantage.
Come on then!
You avoided a natural 19, but it's still got a 23 to hit.
I'm going to use my. I can't remember the name of the feature.
Chronal shift?
Chronal
Chronal
shift.
shift, that's the one.
Okay. I will re-roll one dice. It's another 15. I rolled the exact same thing, so that's still a 23 to hit.
Cool.
Muck, you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 16.
I'm out.
And as Muck goes limp, and collapses onto the ground as his massive fists that has the word slam written across the knuckles smashes into the side of her head. Nuck goes unconscious.
So you've got your thingy?
Your orc thing that can keep you up.
Oh yeah, you can use your
Oh yeah.
to instead drop to 1 hit point if you want to.
I'm absolutely using that.
Would that be halved to half a hit point because of the effect?
Slap.
It would not. Muck, you like start to sway from the hit. You feel yourself fading out, and manage to just stay standing. I will say, because technically you kind of drop unconscious and then come back, you do lose the grapple as you try to catch yourself.
That's absolutely fair.
Yeah. The golem is then going to stand up. It is not smart enough to realize that the person it just tried to kill is not yet dead. So it's going to take a swing at Nimbo on its second attack. It'll be a straight roll, which will be a 25 to hit.
Yes. It doesn't.
Okay.
It does. Yeah.
Can you make a con save for me, please?
18.
18, okay. You feel the strange liquid begin to seep in, and you manage to just sort of fling it off, so you're not affected by it. You do take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hooey!
Holy shit.
The golem starts to gear up for its next round of attacks as we come back to M's turn.
Emma's gonna launch a fiery chromatic orb.
Okay.
Straight at them.
Yep.
Which is a natural 20.
Hey.
For a 26. So I'm
Yep, that hits.
doing that. First level.
Double damage.
3d8.
Yep.
I'm not.
68.
I'm not joking. That's max damage.
Oh yeah.
So that's 24 for 48.
Nice.
Yep. That is more than enough to kill it as the fire washes over the golem. And it just sort of bakes. It slows down and eventually just stops in, like, it's one of its fists raised, ready to come down on Nimbo again. The word slam still written in Infernal across its belly.
A 4-inch diameter ball of fire just hits it.
Right. You're out of
Holy
combat.
shit! Mark, are you okay? Em, that was amazing. What the hell was that?
Big.
Weird what it was.
What's that script?
Infernal, I think.
Infernal?
I say that, I don't actually speak Infernal, by the way.
You have eyes of the Runekeeper.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that now.
Yeah.
Nice.
I checked.
We're in a place devoted to Idol. You know, god of justice and criminals.
Mhm.
I guess the hells are part of that system of punishment and reward. I don't know. Would I know if there's a connection between Idol and the hells?
Make an Arcana check.
Or religion?
Oh yeah, religion would work, yeah.
Vaya, guide me.
So I was looking at my notes and I saw the word Arcana and I was like, nope.
17.
17. I mean, Idol is in some tellings of like where you go after you die. Idol chooses if you go to hell or to heaven, basically, and which of the hells you would go to. So there is a connection there. Infernal is also just not a very common language that tends to be used. So if you wanted to say create a golem that would only listen to you, and you speak Infernal, it's an option. It's an option for a language you could choose.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Cool.
should we have a bit of a sit down? Don't know about you. And as I turn to you, like there's just blood coming out of my nose. Like I've got a split lip. Like one eye is like puffed shut and bright purple.
Yeah.
I am at 9 hit points.
I
I
think
really do with a sit down.
I think that's
I
probably
mean-
a good idea. Take care of yourself. Take care of it all.
Yeah.
Of us, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like
I'm
to
just-
get that one spell slot back. Yes.
Yeah.
How's it costing for you?
Reminder, Muck, you are at half effectiveness for healing until you take a rest, at which point you can try to recover from the effects of the golem.
Cool. Yeah.
So if you want to do that, you can make a Constitution saving throw again.
And if you fail, I can use a spell slot.
Wait, what am I using the Constitution saving throw for?
To
The clay
try to
gunk.
rid yourself of the clay golem gunk that has infected you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm just imagining on the stat block for the monster, it just says like actions gunk.
Yeah. I got. Did you give me guidance for that?
Guidance doesn't work on saves, I'm afraid.
No.
Cool. I just rolled a 12.
Okay, 12 is not going to be enough.
Cool.
But-
In that case, I'm gonna kind of seeing that you're kind of.
It's a great noise. That was a TIE fighter. That was exactly why.
Please, can we get a soundboard to like put that on it? Can
I'm
we
just
make
gonna
that
clip.
something?
I'm gonna clip that.
The Khalil soundboard would have some interesting noises on it.
Yeah.
Oh, all the noises from Slim.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just terrible.
Oh, and there were some good noises in the Dungeon Master Dash as well. I
Yeah, there were.
think.
Just a sound
but-
clip of you calling your self-insert NPC very attractive.
Multiple times.
The dramatic dying noises immediately afterwards.
check out the video on demand if you hadn't seen that one. So seeing that Muck is obviously worse for wear, I'll go over and I'll say, yeah, we can get through this. You know, we've got, we're up against one god. We've got 2 on our side, and I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration, 2nd level spell, to cure you of your gunk.
Cool. Thanks,
All right.
man.
So
Your
now we
healing
can
is
get
now-
hitbacks back from hit dice and stuff.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. You can use your hit dice to heal as you take a short rest. Blurta, I think you can also recover a spell slot if you wanted to. So go ahead and apply all of those things.
Before we take a short rest, can I use a bonus action? Can I use my second wind thing
Yes,
to
absolutely.
heal up? Thank-
The second, yes, because we can just say Nimbo cast the spell before.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did we want to have a look at the remains of this golem to see if there's anything interesting?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Do you want to do it with advantage? If I'm helping. Or
Uh,
is it just me doing
well,
it?
just you do it. I feels like that's the sort of thing Blurta would be doing. But
That's true.
Digging through mud?
digging through dead bodies.
That's fair.
22.
22. You find it is entirely made of like the clay that's like matches the like rock formations in the cave. Its fingers are stained with grape juice.
Grape juice.
This is Fred
Grape
the
juice.
Vintner.
This is, yes. It does, on the bottom of one of its feet, it has like a label written also in Infernal, but that reads out as Fred.
I feel kind of bad
Other-
now, to be honest.
What?
We did try and
No,
say hi.
This is awful.
Yeah.
The good news, we found Fred.
Bad news.
You
Fred's
were
dead,
warned
baby. Fred's
about
dead.
Fred. What else was I saying? With the 22, you also find just looking around the room. If you wanted to, you find an ornate key of some just an ornate key and a whole lot of garbage.
Anybody want this garbage?
I guess if we got a 22, we already know it's like legit garbage.
It is legit garbage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should we
I'm
keep
not
all the
disputing
garbage
that.
in Blurter's box?
I mean, I can only put things in there
Tidy
once
it
a
up.
day, so I'm good.
No, but we'll put it all in one go.
Just keep it open. Okay, but we're taking the key, right?
Yeah, of course.
It is a very large key. Like, it looks made as if, like, so that a golem could also use it.
Cool.
I mean, this is probably the key to a room full of wine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wine key, wine key.
A group of teenagers with a wine cellar key.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
We're never
perfect.
getting out of the dungeon.
And we don't care about it.
Yeah.
So right, the
Cool.
whole dungeon is wine cellar.
Nice.
Hmm.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how that could have gone any other way, really. Like, we tried our best to show that we weren't a threat.
I mean, we could have snuck past maybe, but it was a bit too late for that.
at least we can pass back that we know where Fred is now.
Exactly, yeah.
Or
Well,
maybe
just-
let's save that for later.
yeah. Not now.
I mean, also, was Casimir just like an alcoholic that had just made a golem just to make him wine constantly?
I mean, a lot of people drink wine.
But not many people have a golem specifically for making wine.
Maybe he was a wine merchant. Maybe he threw a lot of parties.
Hero of the
Mhm.
realm. He's like one of those celebrities that comes out with their own like vineyard.
Every single time I'm buying wine in Morrison's and I almost accidentally find myself picking up the Gary Barlow wine, I get angry and want to
Yes.
hurt take
Casimir,
that.
Casimir Crowrun, the Gary Barlow of this universe.
Oh my god.
All right, adds that to the murder list.
But of the celebrities I've said I want to hurt on screen.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I would say that out of all of them, Gary Barlow, whilst not great, is probably the least offensive.
I don't actually dislike him, I just don't want to drink his wine.
Well, he's a tax evading Tory. So
Yeah,
he's pretty
Tax
bad.
dodger.
Pretty
Okay,
bad.
good to know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Are we moving on out?
Yes.
Mhm. Also, I just want to say, if we are going to try sneaking, probably best if I don't know about Muck, but definitely me if I stay at the back, because clink, 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 like I clumsily rattle my heavy chainmail.
In my head, that was the sound of just your cheeks clapping.
Well, I do have a strength of 14, so I've got a decent ass.
Alex, that's new art. Isn't it?
Well, just like Nimbo's butt with "I've got a
bent
decent
over,
ass."
just
No, just Nimbo's ass clap.
we need it. We need that in like a cartoon
It's
GIF
like-
form.
Maybe something like rolling a stealth check to stop the sound of my ass cheeks clapping. On booty shorts.
I'm quite happy to go at the front. I'm a fairly stealthy character.
Cool. I'll stay behind with Nim.
Alright, so M, Blurta, the Nimbo, and Muck. The other corridor, the other branch, is slightly wider. Well, I will let you move yourselves if you want to
Oh,
on
yeah.
your map.
Oh, I'll go back to that.
So we'll let Sam and Alex, if you want to move Blurta and M first. As you begin to move. You get to a branching path that seems to lead on one side into a much larger space.
Gonna gradually creep over. There we go.
Yeah, Blurta, you can squeeze through that space and see that it leads into the exact same room on both sides. It just seems to move around a pillar of rock.
Right, well, I'll move down that same corridor as well, just for the sake of folks in the audience watching.
I'm going to stop about there.
Yep.
And wait for the others to catch up.
There you go.
As I am the squishy one.
Okay, what you see as you enter this space is even more garbage. It seems to be like all of the detritus you get from winemaking, but piled up over a millennium. It stinks to high heaven.
Were there vineyards on the way here?
Not that you noticed.
Where do you even get this stuff? Like,
Good question.
Who was providing this guy with like a millennium's worth of winemaking equipment?
Was it me?
I would be quite surprised if it was, to be honest.
No one was accusing Mike. As you enter this room, you can see there's like spillage of like vinegary liquids and wine, and just like it's a cave, it's damp. On one side there's a corridor that goes off onto the right, and another corridor that goes off onto the left.
What can Nimbo see currently? Can you just see what we're describing, I guess, like in terms of that?
Nimbo has light cast, so has 40
okay.
feet of vision.
Yeah.
So 20 feet less than everyone else.
Yeah.
So the bit that's kind of paler on that screen is the stuff that's in bright light from my spell.
Yeah, okay. What do we reckon then, folks? Do we want to go right or do we want to go left?
Let's go left. We've got to pick one.
Left.
Oh.
Left is fine.
Right.
Yeah.
To the left, to the left.
All right. Who's going up front? You cannot move through the piles of garbage, which are these things. Just FYI.
I'm going to move to the wall there.
So are we doing sneaky or are we doing
I
armored
think
first?
sneaky.
Okay.
All right. Everyone, please make me a stealth check in that case.
Are we still doing the same sort of moving forward as we did before with Muck and then me and then Blotta and then...
if you want to be sneaky, you should probably put the noisy people at the back.
Yeah.
Because both me and Muck have disadvantage.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well, I'll go forward first, I guess. That's just a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, so I'll go first because I've got fairly decent stealth and I can teleport backwards if need be.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, everyone, roll me
That
your
is
stealth.
a dirty 20 anyway for me.
20?
It's also a 20 for me as well.
2 20s.
7.
Khalil. 7.
Yeah.
And Khalil.
4.
Let me do some averages over here.
Nimbo is a clumsy boy. But okay, so definitely, like, I would assume that the whole point of having
you're gonna have like, you're not advantage, but you're gonna be better off. Can you please stop moving your characters for a moment?
Okay.
Until I have calculated stealth. So if it's like on the boundary of passive perception for a monster, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because the noisy people are in the back.
Okay.
If that helps.
Okay.
Okay. That being said, I'm just gonna move y'all back a little bit. As you get to about here, the weird-looking slick rocks on either side of the piles of garbage seem to shiver almost jelly-like and slowly start to crawl towards you. I need you to roll initiative again, please. Also, your stealth check in this moment did not matter, because these things would have found you anyways.
14.
Okay. Where is my combat tracker? There it is. 14 for Blurta.
3 for me.
3 for Muck. We love to see it.
12 for Nimbo.
12 for Nimbo. And M?
20.
20.
Hey.
M is over there. And let me roll some initiatives. That is a natural 1 for one of them. Okay, okay, that's not bad. All right. In that case, M, you are up first as you see these strange-looking rocks start to move towards you.
I think that I'm just gonna look at the one north, which is closest to me, and just cast Firebolt.
Okay, go for it.
That is 15.
15 hits. Yep.
Okay, that is 9 points of fire damage.
9 points of fire damage. As the jelly substance starts to slither towards you, fire like blasts a big chunk of it off. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's me.
All right, Blurta.
Okie dokie. So, I am going to zoom in so I can see slightly better first. I am going to move. No, actually, I'm going to stay where I am,
Okay.
and I'm going to try and. Can I sort of angle the blast to sort of like push them into those corners?
Which one are you aiming for?
I want to shoot one at each.
So they can't go further back than the walls are, but you can shoot the one that's above you, like a little bit further back still.
Yeah.
The other one's tucked into the corner already.
Okay, so. And which was the one Nimbo just shot? Sorry, the top one.
The one that M just shot is the one at the top.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's got an orange ring around it.
Okay, let's just shoot that one first and see what happens.
Okay.
18 to hit.
18 hit. Actually, what type of damage is this again?
Force.
Yeah, 18 hits.
14 damage.
Okay, it doesn't
fire.
take any of the force damage.
Doesn't take anything
As
force,
it seems
shit.
to harden up as the attack hits. And what was the other?
And 3
Was it-
fire.
3 fire. It takes the fire damage.
Okay. I don't like that. I am going to scooch over here now.
Did you can still make your attack against the other one
Yes, I can.
because you
so
sent
I'm-
out 2 beams.
As I've done that, can I shoot the same one again?
Yeah.
23 to hit,
23 hits.
and the force doesn't do anything, so it's just
Nope.
3 fire.
3 fire damage. Okay. Do you can apply the fire to all of your attacks?
Is it? It might only be one at a
I
time.
think it's 1 attack per turn.
I think you might be right on that one.
God, where is this fucking ability?
It's never where I expect it to be.
Once during each of your turns, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's underneath the genie's vessel for some reason, when it's a completely separate thing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so it
then
doesn't.
Just the 3 damage. And,
Um,
shit.
yeah, so the force damage does nothing as it impacts, and then the impact causes this jelly-like substance to harden. It is now the first of the cube's turns, which very slowly crawls towards Muck and Nimbo, and is going to, let's see which one of you it's going to attack. It's going to go for Muck, and reach out with a pseudopod and like try to get into a gap in your armor.
Ew.
And it does not. It's like probing at the armor, trying to find a gap, and you can see it's starting to corrode the metal, but it can't get through.
Oh.
Nimbo.
Fuck this. Like, we walked in, tried to be friendly, were immediately beaten up by a winemaker, nearly to death, and now we're being attacked by sentient rubbish.
I mean, it just sounds like going to Paris.
Welcome to Science and Sorcery, where we attempt to give you the authentic Parisian experience.
Yeah.
Although right now, going to Paris is probably fighting
Yeah,
buffs.
yeah.
Yeah. Big up Paris. Go France. Always said that.
Yeah.
If only.
All right.
Okay, no, not going to say that on air.
No, say
We'll
it.
talk about
Say
it
it.
later.
Say it.
I'm gonna cast a third level spell. I think my first third level spell. No,
Ooh.
I've cast one before, but I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh, exciting.
Because
Such a good spell.
this all just seems like a lot, and Nimbo wants to feel safe, and so
He's just a baby.
yeah, and you know he's used to divinity, but not this. Like, divine associated places are meant to be nice and like places of contemplation and connection and stuff, not violence and goo.
Yeah.
So the kind of there's gonna be this wispy kind of cloud of images, and he is going to be calling on both Bias and Varaya for this. So it's gonna be it's gonna be
Fuck's sake.
yeah, that's what he says. For fuck's sake. And he's gonna call it's gonna be nature and balance. It's gonna be a load of bats that are gonna fly around him because he's in a cave. And some of them are gonna be kind of almost Vanta Black, but without Anish Kapoor. And some of them are gonna be like glowing slightly. And just kind of fluttering around, and the play of light and dark, kind of like like the room looks like a really trippy kind of like disco ball room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. I like it.
And I'm gonna run up next to sorry to move your circle.
It's okay. You're gonna take an attack of opportunity.
Sure.
See, when we entered this cave, I had the vibe that we were going to be attacked by Zubats, but maybe it's us who were the Zubats.
That is
we are
only
always the two bats.
It's a 15 to hit, which I believe misses you, as a pseudopod lashes out at you and just like wraps around your ankle, and you just tug it loose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm wearing bare. I'm not wearing any shoes, so I can just kind of slip out through it. So they are all going to have to. Yeah.
On the start of their turn, they will have to.
Sure.
Make the
wisdom save.
Yes. Because right now they have not entered the area. The area has appeared around.
Has entered then. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I was gonna say that, and then I realized it's not how areas work. And also, you lots will make weird jokes about it.
No idea what you mean.
They're not weird.
And just for funsies, I'm gonna bonus action Shillelagh.
Okay, go for it. All right, that brings us to the next cube, who is going to make a wisdom saving throw. How wise is a cube? 6
No.
wise.
So it's gonna take 11 points of radiant damage.
That is more than what you needed, as the first cube starts to move towards M and then just like melts into a puddle. Muck.
I'm gonna stab the cube behind me, but I'm gonna try to.
Okay, go for it.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Classic Muck.
8 damage piercing.
Same thing happens to you as you start to pierce into it. It hardens and doesn't take any damage.
Okay. What other type of damage did that happen to?
Force.
So, presumably anything concussive or physical.
I don't have anything else. Let me have a think.
Neither do I.
I am going to suggest that you try to make a second attack anyways.
Okay, cool. I'll go try and stab it in the head again. Oh, 10.
That hits.
Stabby.
Roll your damage.
That will be 8.
As you hit it with less force, the is it you're still using the spear?
Yeah.
Yeah, the spear actually goes into it this time as it fails to harden up because you didn't hit it hard enough.
It's a non-Newtonian.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you monster. It's custard.
You're fighting custard in a cave. I genuinely called these things Newton's nightmares. In D&D Beyond. So if you want to find the stats, they're available.
God, that's so good.
Yeah, so
I
there is a range of AC between which bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and force damage will do damage. But outside of those, it will not.
Cool. Awesome. That's my second, so I think I am done. Yeah.
All right. It is then the third cube, which is going to also attempt to be wise. And that's a 12, which I don't think is a success, but it's double as wise as the previous cube.
This is only 8 this time.
8 damage. Okay. It is not killed.
8 radiant.
That's not how numbers work. 8 damage. That didn't. Why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing this to us?
Sorry. The PvP is glitching and won't let me. There we go. Now I've updated it properly. Okay. Yep, it is going to move up to M and try to attack M with a pseudopod. That is going to miss. That's only a 7 to hit. And in that case, we come back around to M.
Okay. So we've established that force and bludgeoning damage don't...
Force, piercing, slashing, bludgeoning.
Okay.
Do anything if you hit it below or above a certain number.
Okay. Right. I am going to ignore the one that's next to me.
Okay.
Move outside of its range of attack and take that attack of opportunity to there.
Yep. That's a 16 to hit, which I believe hits.
That will hit, but I'm going to use my chrono shift to make it roll again.
Okay. That is 12, so that won't hit.
So that misses. And then fire off a chromatic orb with the other one.
Okay.
Which is going to be 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And that's going to be 22 points of damage.
Yeah, you kill that one as well as it explodes partially over Muck's legs from the impact of the chromatic orb.
And that's me.
Blurta, you're up next.
Okie dokie, I guess I'm just gonna try and shoot the one that's left.
Yep.
Come on, medium dice. 27 to hit, at least.
That hits.
And 9 points of damage.
Force damage.
Force and 3 of fire.
3 of fire. It takes the fire damage. Still up.
And 11 to hit.
11 also hits.
Come on, crappy roll. 12. Damn.
12 damage?
Yeah.
That is one more than you needed, as it does take that force damage and just gets exploded back into the pile of garbage.
Can I just make
and
like
the
a
wall.
silhouette of the other 3 on the wall and like
Sure, I'll let you do that.
and then I was okay, I prestidigitation.
Nice.
You're in a room filled with garbage, Blurton.
No, just the people, not the wall.
Right, gotcha.
We should probably get a bit of a move on because I've only got these guys for like 9.5 minutes.
Let's go.
Hey.
All right,
Is there
To
anything
the-
around?
garbage.
I don't. Can I do another quick perception check?
Go for it. Either perception or investigation.
I got a dirty 20 on perception.
Perception. You know what? Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. $11.
11.
Yeah.
You find a 1 ounce block made from a material you have never seen before. Just kind of like it's been exposed by the ooze that got exploded into the garbage, and it's just like a perfectly square block of something.
Damn. Cool.
Beyond that, just garbage.
I'll take the block.
Okay.
Don't say
It weighs
like
one.
that.
It weighs 1 ounce, so it's not that heavy.
Yeah.
But it's just you're not sure what it's made of.
Hopefully it's not radioactive or something. Oh well, I got it. Let's go.
Just like a
Uranium.
1 ounce cube of plutonium.
Yeah.
Teeth start falling out.
It's like I don't know. It's a curse of some sort.
Yeah. Well, all right, Blurta, you have begun moving towards the back of towards that leftward corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Are people following? I realize Sam has left.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be following.
Okay. You get a few, like another 40-50 feet down the corridor, and it leads to a dead end.
Okie dokie. Off away.
Alright, turn around.
Okay.
You?
Going the other way, you see as you enter the right corridor, at the end there is a big door. To your left, you see a big, whereas the walls of the cavern are very rough hewn, there is a slab covering like a leftward sort of like divot in the wall, but there is nothing on the slab.
Okay. Is there
The door is in front of you. Sam, just for your benefits, leftwards corridor, dead end. You've gone right corridor, there's a big door at the end, and a carved slab of stone on the, like, branching off on the left.
You know they say about big doors. They got big keys.
This is. Oh yeah, we've got the key, don't we?
Yeah.
Right, we have a key.
You
Can
have
I
a key.
ping detect magic first, just to
Yep.
see? Just to see.
Yeah. Just to see. Yeah, the slab of stone on the left there's definitely like magic emanating from it.
What sort? Oh, never heard of that before.
I'm so bad at remembering what the like types of magic are.
I mean, you can like an adjective would be fine.
I know, I'm just bad at coming up with adjectives.
A vague vibe check.
It's like there's an element of illusion to it, and an element of enchantment.
Prod it with my mace.
It's a wall.
Okay.
It is a real wall.
Let's go through the door.
Yeah, well,
Go through. You try the key?
Yeah.
You try the key and the door swings open.
Yay!
You should now be able to see onwards as I have opened the door on the VTT. And looking in Blurta, you being the first to enter see massive vats like the ones used in winemaking. There are a ton of barrels stored in the back of the room, some smaller barrels closer up front, and a table with some empty wine bottles and glasses set upon it.
do the vats have wine in them?
There's like steps going up to them, you'll have to go and investigate.
Are we going in the room?
I will go and investigate the first one.
It's not going to go in itself.
Boom!
Go
I'm going in.
and make me an investigation check, please.
Guidance! Oh no, I can't guide. I've got spirit guidance. Sorry.
7.
7. There's a weird brownish liquid.
I am going to get one of my sample jars and just scoop up a sample of whatever it is.
It is thick, is what it is.
Wine treacle. We'll add a disgusting wine question mark.
Can I kind of take a bit of a walk around the room and kind of be scanning for anything that seems like out of place, or like any like levers or doors or hatches or
Make
grills.
an investigation check, please.
I can't perceive.
It'll get you less.
Okay, I'll
Perception is
investigate.
more like a scan of the room rather than actively looking for
Sure.
things.
15.
15. You having a look around, you find some really old, deteriorated notes on the table. That, like, it's really illegible handwriting and like ye old-timey like spelling, but seems to be notes on like the bouquets of the wines. There's a stack of labels that do actually say Crow Run Winery on them. So you find a couple of barrels in the back of the room, if you were to move around all the way to the back. That, despite the fact all of this wine has been here for centuries, some of it seems to be within the time frame that it's still good, and it's very good.
Oh.
You also, amongst the notes, you find notes on the instructions for Fred, which are to keep strangers out and keep making wine.
I mean,
Alright, that makes sense.
that's kind of sad for him, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, it was like his friend, and literally it's like, yeah, just don't let anyone touch my stuff indefinitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be sensible to, bring a little bit of this wine with us, because what if we run into Casimir and he fancies a drink?
I mean, I think,
There are... Sorry, go for it.
like, I was going to say, like, if we want to load up my my box with just as much as we
how
can.
much can go in there?
Let me check how big.
It's got a set volume.
It does have a set
There
volume.
are empty bottles. You can attempt to bottle some wine if you wanted to. You could probably sell it for a decent price.
Okay, well, my spirit guardians dropped when I cast detect magic anyway, so I burned that 3rd level slot on one goo. So yeah, let's take our time. Let's let's smuggle some wine.
Before we
Wine
Alright.
heist.
before we do any of that smuggling of wine, can we check any other hazards or traps within this space?
Yeah.
You can make an investigation check as well if you want to.
Okay, I'll do
Okay,
that.
my room is a 20-foot radius cylinder.
Your room. I thought you meant the chest of preserving.
Oh no, I was talking about. I was just filling my room with this.
Okay. You can only bring into the room what you can carry.
Okay, I'm like, that's still enough that I could say like, just like have a massive armful of it.
I don't know if you've ever tried to carry a massive armful of bottles of wine, but the most I could manage when I was a waitress was about 5 before they were at risk of breaking.
I mean, I've carried more. Well, it depends. Like,
Glorta is, I think, closer to my size than yours, Alex.
Yeah, this is
your
true.
arms are longer than mine.
Yeah, Alex, now that you have met Dagmar in person, Dagmar has that advantage of knowing how big you are.
yes, I am not of ambiguous.
I know
size.
how proportional my arms are compared to yours.
That's
Yeah.
science. That is.
But Dagmar's blood is just built different. Like,
To be fair, what we could do is if we loaded me up, if we got me a rucksack and just filled the rucksack with wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I rolled a 21 for traps. And
Okay. Traps. You can't find any traps. There's just a shit ton of wine in here.
okay.
Are there any
No
doors?
evidence where they're getting the grapes. Also, no doors.
Can I do what kind of check would it be to see if I recognize the name of the winery from Fancy Wine my parents drank?
You don't need to make a check. You have not. This
Cool.
seems to be. This guy was making his own wine 1,000 years ago, and the
Damn.
only reason you're finding any wine that's still good is because the golem has kept making more.
Cool.
Okay, so this is like recent wine. It just happens to be.
It's like within the past like 50, 60 years. So it's
Okay.
aged to a point where like if you find a wine merchant, they'll pay you a decent amount for it.
I like the idea that there's just like there's somewhere like a marketing golem that just has been instructed to do like social media for this wine brand for all time.
Yeah, what happened to
That's a bot.
what happened to the wine that went off?
It is a weird brown, thick brown liquid. Some of it's vinegar.
Like tannins, just a
I
plant
mean,
of tannins.
We could also take some vinegar. You know, if we're going to have a salad, we can make a nice dressing out of
Yeah,
that.
like a pickle.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you
Yeah.
can also use it for cleaning wounds and shit in a pinch.
Why would you want to clean your shit?
I mean, I wouldn't. I guess
I
could just
You've got
magic it.
prestidigitation.
exactly.
Anyway, okay, so yeah, let's got some wine, maybe a little bit of vinegar.
Right.
Yep.
Get going.
Okay, is anyone proficient with cook's tools?
I doubt
No,
it.
No.
That doesn't seem like a thing Bertie would be proficient in.
In that case, can whoever is doing the bottling, please make me a general. This would be an intelligence check, probably.
That's probably
That's for the M's department, right?
I can give it a go. Okay.
I'll guide you.
Okay. There's a D4. on that.
Maria, guide them.
I will support you and assist.
I'll let you help.
Intelligence.
Like, tipping
is
up the keg to get the last bits out.
That
This is more a matter of bottling it in a way it's not gonna like do weird shit once it's in Blurta's really weird genie vessel.
With the guidance, it's a 19.
19. Okay. You manage to get about 15 bottles of wine, and a couple
Nice.
bottles of vinegar. that
Ooh.
are usable. Which I will rule is if you can put these in a bag for Blurta to take into Blurta's sanctuary, then yes, absolutely.
Well, I think we should keep a couple of bottles out in case, either we need them or if we meet Casimir and he wants it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm fine
just
with
like travel wine for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Shall we put 1 bottle each into our backpack? And then we've got plenty.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that sounds good.
Then we can put 11 in the
So,
in the cave.
okay.
So that was
Make a note of you have 11 bottles of Crow Run's vintage.
and that is
Hard to tell what year it is.
and that is in Blurta's gin box.
Yes. Yes.
And one
And then each
there.
of you have 1 bottle and someone has 2 bottles of
I'll
vinegar.
put it in the cooler in the thing. So
Someone has 2 bottles of vinegar. Who's carrying the vinegar?
I'll carry one.
I'll put one in the thing as well.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Like, it feels like an extra bottle of vinegar might be useful.
In addition to the 1 bottle of vinegar we already have.
Yeah.
If we get chips at some point, we're just like
We get loads and loads of chips. If we're feeding an entire village with fish and chips.
yeah.
Well, you never know. We might all become Jesus, and we
If-
have to do like.
1 red wine vinegar. I'm gonna add.
I am just gonna say, if you end up fighting another clay golem, you might see what acid does to an alkaline rock type like
Oh
fire.
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, do we
and
want to
on
keep
this
that vinegar
note-
out?
We've got
Sorry,
one bottle
Sam.
out.
And what is one?
I
of
need
that-
to
is one of that-
complain.
Okay.
I need to complain
Yeah.
because the Monster Manual clay golem is resistant to acid damage, and when it takes acid damage, it heals, and that's not how clay works.
Boo.
Absolutely not.
Is it?
No,
Is it a
It's,
fired?
it's
clay
immune to
golem?
alkali damage.
exactly.
Is it a fired clay golem or a like?
No. It was not. If it had taken a certain threshold of fire damage, it would have had some interesting negative effects to it, but you never managed to meet the threshold.
Nice.
I mean,
I'll tell you all about those later.
insofar as if a golem was already fired, would it then be resistant to acid?
Yes,
What is it
it
glazed?
wasn't. If it's glazed, it's resistant to acid.
Yeah.
In the same way, glazed donuts, you pour vinegar on it, nothing happens.
Glazed donuts. If you put a bit of LSD on it, completely fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
I can't wait to hang out with you, Khalil. It's gonna be great. See you at Bear Grylls.
Just donuts and tabs.
Yeah.
I'm really annoyed I'm not coming to that festival. I have to say.
Can get you in, mate. It's never too late.
All right.
So we've bottled some
You've
wine,
got-
we've bottled some vinegar.
Yes.
There's, to our knowledge, there is nowhere unexplored. We haven't found any other ghouls.
Wait, where did the
There was the
illusory
The-
thing?
There was
You
there
have
was
the illusory slab, and
Yep.
from what you remember in the Temple of Vias, there was a drawing of Casimir grinding up Hydra scales and rubbing it on a wall.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that.
All right.
All right, you
So-
go to the. Sorry. Go for it.
No.
No, okay, just no. Yeah, Blurta, you go and rub. Yeah, you crush some of the Hydra scales and rub them on that stone slab. And the illusion drops away to reveal a single eye staring out at you.
Oh, I'm running back.
You see writing above the eye, sort of in a curved writing that says, "Now you see me." Below the eye, it says, "And I see you too."
When you say an eye, are we talking a literal eye or like a drawing of an eye or sculpture?
No, you see a literal eye staring out at you.
And how big is it?
Eye-sized. Human-sized.
Just okay.
Hello? Is that Casimir?
Hello, who's
The
there?
eye just like flicks over to you.
Okay, maybe not.
The chat says poke it with a stick.
Wait,
I
wait.
was about to remind everyone, no
Yeah.
Igor. Alex does not want this to happen.
I
I was
think-
typing it into the chat on Zoom, but I will tell the chat on Twitch as well, no.
Okay, I think I know how to deal with this one, and I take off my eye patch and put it on the eye.
Okay, sure.
I do that.
Anything happen?
No.
Is there anything behind? Like, sorry, is this eye just set into something?
It's an eye set into the wall, so you're holding the eye patch over it.
Okay.
Anyone got a mirror? That feels like it could be a thing.
Um,
Oh, I take out my great sword and reflect it. Like a
Into
mirror.
what?
Like,
Into
so
what?
the eye is seeing itself.
The eye is currently covered with an eye patch.
Yeah, I take the eye patch
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Okay. The eye just sort of like it can't blink because there's no eyelids.
Yeah.
But it's like trying to get the pupil away from the light.
Cast light on the eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped the light spell.
Okay. Yeah. It is
Guys,
now
I
dark.
can't see, so tell me what it's doing.
It's still just staring at you.
It's still just staring at us.
Do we need to
Do
shine
you have
light
a mouth?
into the eye?
There is no mouth that you can see. Well, that you
Okay.
could see before you dropped the light spell.
I bring the light back.
Yeah.
There's still no mouth.
Okay, so it just says now you see me.
And then
And I
below
see
that
you.
it says, and I see you too.
I turn my back to it and walk backwards into it.
Yeah.
Okay, you feel that like there clearly is a door mechanism here of some kind, but it's like when you bump into a locked door, it only like moves a
There's a
little
little
bit
bit
and
of
then
give.
stops. Yeah.
What if we all close our eyes and try and open the door?
That could work, maybe.
Let's try that.
Okay. You close your eyes, attempt to push the door, nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try something a bit weird here and specific that I don't think would be the obvious. I'm going to cast invisibility on the eye.
Okay. I'll let this work, yes. The eye vanishes.
Yay. Open the door.
The door doesn't open.
Yeah, for God's sake.
Can I look behind us to where is opposite the eye?
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
I'm gonna use my nerd dice. Oh, get fucked. That's a 6.
They're just a wall.
And now you see me.
Now you see me, and I see you too.
The 2 is throwing me off. I'm like, oh, what's going on there? You know?
Which actually brings to mind the worst titled film in all of Hollywood history.
Now you see me too?
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even TOO.
No.
And the people involved in naming that film should be
It
should
was
have a long,
garbage.
hard look at themselves. Unlike the
Fuck
Fast
you,
and Furious
Daniel
films.
Radcliffe, is what we're saying.
Daniel Radcliffe.
He was
Is he
not
in it?
bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't be shit
Although
with
the-
Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe has done some good shit.
Yeah.
Has actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but that movie title, fuck him for that.
Like,
He
You
didn't should have.
name
he
it.
didn't choose
He
it.
should have known better and persuaded people otherwise.
He
This is
doesn't
actually an
have
idea I
that.
pitched earlier for something else.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to basically put between us and the eye a matte painting of the wall behind us.
Okay,
classic heist shit.
Mm.
okay. Yeah. And then?
Was there any kind of sign of anything happening?
I mean, nothing has happened at any point unless you try the door.
Open the door, open the door.
I open the door.
As your hand reaches through the illusion, nothing happens.
That was my concern.
Oh, okay. I use hidden step to go invisible for
Okay.
6 seconds. Reach through the illusion.
I'll come back through the thing while he does this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Okay. Minor
I wait-
illusion stays up. Nimbo goes invisible, tries to push the door swings open.
Yeah.
And that is where we're gonna pick up next time.
Cool.
All right. We did it, team.
As you look
Kind
down
of,
yet
kind of.
another corridor filled with skeletons.
Nice.
Wait, do we?
Oh wait, what?
Yep.
Are they literal or metaphorical?
You'll find out in a week and a half's time. So far, all you know is there's some Skelly boys. And I will actually show you on the map as well because I like
Skelly
my map.
boys, Skelly boys. What
all right.
are they feeding you?
That was tonight's session of Witness to Ruin. It got very, very silly again. I got to throw some fun homebrew monsters at people. Hit me up if you want those stats. They are available. But right now it is time for you to choose your MVP. Which M and Muck still have MVPs, so it'll have to be Blurta or Nimbo.
Yeah, because my vote would have been for M for that crit, but a max damage. That was intense.
Mad.
I'd love to
I
see it.
really like Spirit Guardians as a spell. I just love seeing that happen.
Has some nice flavour on it too.
I did like casting it. I did think that we were going to be in more of a fight than we were.
I appreciate the fact that Blurta basically solved the eye thing because I was really stuck.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah. I think especially Blurta solving the eye puzzle, I think
It feels
is
right.
particularly appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it feels
The
good.
fun thing there is if Blurta had covered it with an eye patch and then tried to open the door, it would have immediately worked.
Blurta.
So she solved it twice.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it then, right? Blurta gets MVP.
Blurta gets MVP to be used in a future session. We will be back on the 12th of July, not September. And I hope everyone enjoyed the session tonight. Alex is currently starting up, for no reason at all, Eland Mask from the Flaming Heteros Battle of the Bands. So watch out for that coming at a point in the future. Anyone else have any announcements they want to?
The Natural History Museum's new podcast, Our Broken Planet, released last Tuesday. So episodes 1 and 2 are available already, or 0, 1 and 2 actually. And then episode 3 is going to be dropping this Tuesday.
Very
so
nice.
we've had fire, we've had melting ice and rising sea levels. I think the next one might be deforestation or plastics.
That's fun. I mean, not fun, but cool.
Yeah, we have some really cool
Plastic.
conversations.
Yay! And on podcasting notes, if you haven't checked out Biologists of Middle Earth yet, it was very fun to record. They've got 3 episodes out at the moment, and mine was the first one, and I pretend I did the mirror test on the Watcher in the Water.
Nice.
Because that's
Chat's
what I
asking for
want
links.
to do with my life. Links? Do we have
in the chat.
links to put in the chat?
I'll figure it out.
We'll figure out links. We'll have them for you in the future, or check social media. Any social media, just ask them for links. Any links.
My pinned tweet will have a link to it.
Pinned tweets. Doctor talks a lot. That is us for tonight. Sam, are we raiding anyone?
Yeah,
I
we're
have to
gonna
turn
go.
the other way.
We're gonna go and raid the folks who've raided us before and raid Dutch dungeons.
No.
Am I in the wrong show?
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah. Some Dutch folks who
Crossover
play D
event
and D. That's where we're gonna
Very
go.
good.
So I'm gonna set that up just now. Set. Take care. See you all soon, folks. Good night.
Bye, folks.
Becker.
Bye.